out of here. Get him out of here. Throw him out. They'll say, oh,
It means nothing.
Nothing means nothing. Nothing means nothing. What do you mean by that?
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in. But the cream rises to the top. Oh yeah.
Poor people in here breathing and touching my Ferrero Rocher. Big problem for me.
Obnoxious men instead of me. A crime. Because I don't know what you don't see in me. I'm a perfect guy. And yet you throw yourselves at all these obnoxious men instead of me, the supreme gentleman.
Alright, yeah, get him the hell out of here, will you, please?
I am the queen.
I just hit my car. I'm on these pills, bro. I can't do 350.
You know that I'm the queen.
I think you'll die in a fire, like we always say whenever we get irritated with any goddamn thing. We've said it 60 times this month. You fucking...
Hey, Andy, what you're thinking doing this live? Probably a bad idea to do this behind the scenes. Shut the fuck up!
Uncensored. You know, like how, you know, it's very girly. My skin crawl makes me want to tear the hair out of my head when I see these people. Now that's edgy. No!
I am the queen.
And we're live. What's up?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. I'm just gonna get this stuff started. Video is unavailable. Oh yeah, you know what I have to do here? I have to get the chat going, so I gotta take the pop out and put the new link in. 1 second. So we can get the chat running. Boom, and that works. And kind of the first thing I wanted to do here. Oh my god. By the way, okay, we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch ProudToCreate, and I'm just gonna do the. Let's just go for the 1, 2, 3. So you should load up that video.
All right.
It's
Pull it
fucking
up on my end.
It's fantastic. It's an amazing video. And yeah, I don't know. It's and we're, by the way, look at the dislike bar. It's brilliant. Man, I just love seeing how much the fucking users of this website hate the people who are running the website. They just hate the agenda and they hate the people that are running it. It makes me so happy to see. I'm so glad people are doing this. Oh.
All right, let's do a 3, 2, 1 on this.
All right, we're doing a little 3, 2, 1 here. Wait, let me start up this display capture real fast, and then we're good. Okay. Let's do a 3, 2, 1. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Play.
There is nobody in the media that is exactly like me, yet there are hundreds of people that relate.
God, it starts already.
To me.
You're so unique.
To tone it down. And now I take this.
There's no one like me. Nobody likes to
I
take dicks in the butt like me.
So powerful.
No, you're not.
I'm powerful. Oh my
People
yo, that like
who are
subtle
shaping their identities through digital media, through performance, through dance. It's alive, you know what I mean?
Gross.
I would scare your children. This would give your daughter nightmares. Did you let me babysit your son?
That's what I'm doing with my work. I'm trying to create hope.
Yeah.
I'm trying to represent lesbian,
You're not doing a good
queer,
job.
and transgender culture with my work.
Our queerness is the reason why we are great. It's not just a side thing. Oh, they're an amazing artist, but they just happen to be queer. We are amazing because we are queer.
So, are you allowed just to be a boring person and gay now? You have to be some like.
No, being gay is the identity that makes you interesting. This is what I was talking about. Dicks in your ass is literally an identity that makes you special.
We sort of encourage each other to create the kind of future that we want to see and to come together, because that's the only way, really.
We're simply changing the world.
Changing the world.
Putting literal lol cows in your video.
Alright, that was wonderful.
I love how the end is just like a weird Clockwork Orange special where it's all coming at you 90 miles an hour. All the fucking clips, like, oh, go left and right.
Gay porn. Oh no. Oh, there's this guy over here. That doesn't even look like a guy. That doesn't look like a woman. No. Stop it. All right, let's take a look at these. I want to look at the comments just because this is gonna be great. I just want to see what the users think. Meme tube. Ah, you're a faggot. Comment section is the most entertaining part of the video. Quite right, sir. You take your body. 102K downvotes. Please just stop. Quite right.
Look at Special K. Look at Special K's comment. Dora the Explorer.
Father's Day video. Ouch. Sorry, Father's Day oppresses women and gays. This guy better be trolling.
Please just stop. It's time to stop, guys. Based on my calculations, they get 1K to 2K dislikes per hour. However, I have observed that there has been a drastic increase in dislikes that has boosted it to 1K to 3K an hour. I am still working on the direct average. It's pretty difficult due to the rises in dislikes, but I can't say that I don't appreciate them. I also noticed how like 1 to 2 hours ago there was like 75 comments. Now there's 51,000 comments.
We got the token here. I'm a part of LGBTQ plus just as P for pagan. And I think the message is stupid. All we've been fighting for is equality. Equality, bro. We just need equality, please.
Oh, dude, this guy's great. I am amazing because I am straight. I am amazing because I am white.
Oh, yeah,
I am amazing because I am a man. Where's my pride video?
It's true.
Yeah.
He's making a good point here. Let's look at the replies on that one. I identify as a lion and I only date drag queens and my race is gay. Yes, it's a new race. Okay. You are three-way amazing, fabulous. Ugh. I hate this weird part of YouTube where everyone's like a normie.
Dude, I love the. Did you read the token one yet? Where it's like, I'm a part of the LGBTQ.
Yeah, no, I was just doing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I love how they qualify it by, I'm just 14, so please don't hate me.
And also,
being an artist and a member.
And also, just to make sure you're aware, all we're fighting for is equality. All we've ever wanted is equality. Because that's literally how they package everything. It's always because my equality at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's always because they've only wanted equality and no other agenda behind that. And it's like, dude, you have it. Like, what are you so mad about? You're mad that Christians aren't forced to marry you all over the place? Is that it? Like, what's stopping you from? Is it because you get diseases more than everyone else? Because you put your wieners in each other's fucking buttholes? Like, that's not good for you. That gives you a disease. That's not a reason that you're oppressed.
Look at Michelle Catlin's comment. Michelle Catlin is a regular on Warski's channel and Nick's channel. And Michelle writes, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I don't understand. Who is this? What is this referring to?
Well, okay, so Michelle, I know Michelle because he's a regular, and it's definitely a dude. A regular on like all the IBS channels. And the reference is, he says, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? In other words, we got to beat the shit out of YouTube again. Because I'm pretty sure this happened last year as well.
Did they do a Pride thing last year?
Yeah, I know that they did some some leftist identity politic videos in the past year that were promoted that got massively thumbs down.
Right.
It's not popular with the general YouTube people.
It doesn't seem like anything YouTube does as from their higher ups is something that people like for various reasons. Like, and it's not just like, it's not just a sign that the YouTube has become like right-wing tube, but it's just everybody hates the people who manage YouTube, no matter what side of the political spectrum you are, because they demonetize everybody. Everybody got
I'm seeing that in the comments.
The last couple of years. Yeah.
They say that the people in this video are the same ones being demonetized, which, hey, it's probably true. I mean, like, they are going after anybody who's just not ad friendly. Yeah. It's not television, right? But they're trying to make it television. Yeah.
I mean, that's why none of the people that were on that YouTube Red shit were people that were actually popular YouTubers.
Except
or the last time,
Jake
what was it?
Paul, PewDiePie.
No, I think YouTube. No, when they did YouTube Rewind, they did a.
YouTube Rewind. Yes. YouTube Rewind. That's
what I was thinking. Yeah, and let's see.
You got Daniel Bernstein. When you are so soft that you need the government to literally arrest people who misgender you, and you are the complete opposite of powerful. It's the hot take from Daniel.
Nothing.
And then
YouTube.
This guy says
everything YouTube does gets like so many thumbs down. It's hilarious.
I think that's my opinion on this whole situation.
What's yours? Oh, is it Sukabliet?
Sukabliet the gay. Yeah.
I wonder how many Russians are.
Yeah. Is there a YouTube Russia, and is this promoted there?
Yeah. I don't know. Does Russia censor the YouTube ProudToCreate 2018 videos? Does Russia have YouTube? And if they do have YouTube, I'm sure they have YouTube.
Is like gay pride like a thing outside of America? Like the month? Like I'm sure it is in Europe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Does gay pride exist in other countries? That's a good question.
Yeah, even like semi-Western ones like Australia. I would imagine. It's Father's Day, right? It's a good time for this.
Isn't that the worst? Everything, everything. I need to talk to my dad. Speaking of which, Father's Day, but it's also my birthday's in this month, and it's Pride Month. It's Father's Day. It's Pride Month. Like, it was not enough. It really is like
sad white boy.
The slippery slope is a real thing, because it was like you had to have a Black History Month, right? That's February, right? They do Black History Month. And I remember when there was Black History Month, there were just as many people going, well, not just as many, but there were people going, why isn't there White History Month? Why does there have to be Black History Month? I remember even Morgan Freeman had a video. There was a video where people were like, what do you think about Black History Month? He's like, why does there have to be Black History Month? Why can't there be White History Month? And
it's funny. Well, actually, that's actually very interesting that you brought him up, because Morgan Freeman's recently been slandered.
Yeah, he's been Me Too. Have you? And all the proof all the proof of it is on video. Have you seen all the stuff that they've like the reasons they accused
it's
him?
Pretty damning, isn't it?
No,
it's not.
No, it's really really like kind of like an old man who's a bachelor kind of talking. He's like, you look very good. I'm single, right? Like, he kind of reminds me of my own dad, how my own dad talks to women. It's kind of funny. It's kind of like funny because it's like, you're an old man. Like, nobody takes it that seriously. But, years later, he gets Me Too'd for it. So it's interesting.
Well, where I was going to go with this is the fact that, him and Bill Cosby, both very successful black men in America, right? Mm-hmm. But they also don't quite follow the script, right. Especially Bill Cosby. But like what you just said about Morgan Freeman, and I mean, it's very interesting that they got Me Too'd right in the fucking ass,
Oh yeah.
Right before they died, like it's a big.
It's true. On their deathbed. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna add everyone in the server real fast. There we go. Just to put the stream up for people to see, and yeah, that is interesting. Except for Bill Cosby, it was kind of warranted. It's like, I don't know, you shouldn't be drugging and raping women. That's pretty bad. For Morgan Freeman, I think it's way less warranted. But it's also funny because I always thought like Bill Cosby and Morgan Freeman as black celebrities, they're not like the other ones. they were more of the, like, just looking at the stuff they've talked about, they're more of the, like, they sound more like boomers, where they're like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of people. Stop feeling sorry for yourself because you're black. That was kind of the message that they always had when they were asked those kinds of questions. And they're the ones who get hit.
It's just a coincidence, Goy.
There is something to it. And I don't think it's a coincidence, but it could be. Because, I mean, what are there any other old black celebs who are like that?
Well, who's the voice of conservatism for the black community now?
It's really hard to tell.
Go ahead and take your time.
I mean, there's a few. There's
there's people that we follow.
You have Larry Elder. But, no, not young people. You have older people. I think Larry Elder is up there.
So there's
I think Thomas Sowell is up there.
Yeah, Sowell's obviously the good.
Sowell's like the high priest.
We've got GrandWizard in chat. That's right, Kanye West, the leader of the conservative black movement in America.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Can't forget him.
Kanye West is the leader of the African American movement, but he's crazy. He's bipolar, is what he is. I do like him though. Have you heard his new album?
No, man.
You don't listen to Ye.
Nah,
you're not a
I don't. I probably should check it out. I listened to like a couple tracks.
It's only 23 minutes.
I mean, I didn't listen to the whole album, but I did listen to a couple tracks. What I did hear, I gotta say, did not like. It was like these like school kids like just repeating the same verse over and over.
Oh, is it the one where it's like, I put my hand on the stove?
Oh my god, I hate that. Dude, I hate that so much. I listened to it and I'm just like, no. Like, I'm not listening to any fucking... I'm not listening to the rest of this. Like, wow. I heard that
you really, I was like... You hated that song. The one
dude,
with the gospel sample at the beginning.
It went on. He said it like over and over about the hand in the stove.
That's the one that you didn't like. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't care.
GrandWizard wants to join the chat.
Oh well, we'll do Collins eventually. There's a lot of hot topics to talk about, and I want to talk about something important to me, which is fucking Bourdain. The death of Dane,
dude. You probably have more to say about Bourdain than I do. All I know is that I didn't realize
my life is pain Bourdain.
I didn't realize that.
Yes.
I didn't realize he transitioned into CNN. I thought he was always a CNN guy, but
no, not at all. He used to be on I believe Travel. I believe Travel. Because that's how he knew Zimmer, Andrew Zimmer. He's got Bizarre Foods, which is more of like a geographic show, but they both use like food to like get in the the fat slovenly couch sitting people who watch TV
except it puts a different spin on it because like you said, it's foreign cultures. They're not like eating foods that these fat people on their couches are gonna be like, bacon wrapped in deep fried fucking shit, with dredged in powder and flour, so good. And then wrapped in more bacon. Like, that's the kind of shit you see on those travel channels where it's like, oh, check out this carnival where they just make the most like ridiculous foods. That's just like, you deep fry the bacon and then you dredge it in batter and then you deep fry that and then you wrap it in like sausages and then it's like a pancake somehow and then you put maple syrup on it. And it's like they were taking it in a different direction where it was like, here's some like really gross shit that people in other countries eat. Isn't that weird? And it's not something that like I think it should put you off your appetite, if anything, And Anthony Bourdain was out there like eating hearts and testicles and what have you. I wouldn't have suspected him for a guy who was depressed, who was about to off himself in any way.
I honestly would have. If you watch like enough of his work, you can see like that he idolizes like the tortured artist. Pull that up so people have something to look at, by the way.
Sure.
But
I gotta be more responsible with how I'm managing this display capture. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, fucking pleb.
Look at that. Look at that chin. He's got the old rocker look to him.
Yeah, no, he does. He's got a rockabilly vibe.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean he idolized like, you know, people like Van Gogh and Thompson, Hunter S. Thompson.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I'm not surprised.
I thought he had more of a normal personality. But like I said, like, I haven't seen his shit. I haven't really watched his show. I don't really know it that well. Like, I don't know what it was, like what his personality was like that much. So, but
he was just like yeah, no, I mean he was just like a guy who you would have gone to college with, and was just like a bro that you did like a lot of drugs with, right? But he was like an older guy, so he had like a knowledge about him, and then when he started traveling the world, he got a worldliness, you know. So it's like, but he was still just like a very chill, laid back guy.
But he was always a drinker too, wasn't he?
He was always a drinker. Yeah, I think there might have been a while where he was sober, but
well, the thing is, it's funny because you always picture these people that are like traveling the world. They're experiencing different things. They're getting novelty. I think that was a word that what's his name? That comedian Duncan Trussell. Duncan Trussell's Family. I remember that. Where he's always talking about how like, oh, you should always seek novelty. You should always seek new experiences. Like that's the meaning of happiness. It's new experiences, new things, always changing up. And you would think that Anthony Bourdain kind of represents that. And he fucking killed himself. He's a guy who literally, like, his entire public persona, his entire pitch for TV was that I go around the world and experience these different cultures, experience different foods, see what different people are like. I'm worldly. I travel around and I'm happy. Like, this should be what everyone should want to do. This is why people don't make any money and they save up so that they can spend all their money on traveling the world. And they're just financial idiots, like, because they don't save anything up, and then whatever they do save up, they spend on they just blow it on foreign visits. But you'd think that that's like the meaning of happiness, right? And look what happened to him. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, the guy's obviously manically depressed somehow underneath all that, and maybe it does poke a hole in that idea that you should always seek new experiences, novelty, things that are different, always makes you happy. Maybe that's not the case.
Pull up the next picture, and also try to zoom in.
Oh yeah.
You know, people who are watching, it's like need a little something.
Oh,
but yeah, no. Yeah, and then he got credit from the establishment. You know, he got recognized and a little bit of notoriety by the Obama administration, and then I believe this is probably arranged by CNN, because there was a while where he was off the air. I was like really excited that he was going to be back on television, but yeah, I mean, when he came back, it was just like a different guy. Like, he was, you know, I guess it was like in the heat of the election, and everybody was getting polarized, and it wasn't like so fun as much as it was like preachy, like you know how South Park can be preachy. I mean, at least they're like self-aware. You know, a little bit. I mean,
but they've even done things where they like make fun of the fact that, you know, Stan or Kyle does some speech at the end, and they were like, I think it was like the third season from the last one, that they were like, "We hate you, Kyle, because you always do this. You always get up on your soapbox and make a stupid speech." Like, fuck you, dude. But yeah, no, they're self-aware about it. Wait, no, so just describe like what that was, what the difference was when he went on CNN from the Travel Channel when.
Well, yeah, I mean, it stopped being less about just like going and experience something, is you know, in different locations and, you know, foreign places, as much as pushing like an agenda towards these places.
So
and,
was
like,
the
plight of the Maori, you know, like it can't just be like, oh, we're gonna go and experience their culture and see what it's like. It's like, these are suffering. These guys suffer, and we need to, you know, blah blah blah. And there was that before, but it felt a lot more genuine. You know, it felt a lot more genuine. There was that one episode where he went to Russia, and it was all about how like Putin was killing journalists. And one of the guys he actually met with,
Nibba, this is about food. Like,
well, but
like,
no.
Dial it back a notch. Like,
it's not though, because it was never really about food. It was always about like using that as a medium for the exchange of culture. And, you know, without him, I wouldn't have learned about a lot of the places that I'm so familiar with now. But it just, so I am saddened to see him go. But it's like a friend who just goes insane, you know, or just like changes completely. Like he you know, I would be like way more sad if he didn't like become a raging dick. Like he said some shit. Like one of the things he said was I believe he said I don't want to live in a world with white people or something to that effect.
Dude, it's like that. It's like that friend you knew in high school and or in college, and you thought they were normal, and then you're looking up their posts on Facebook, and you just find out that all they post about 24/7 is Trump and how much they hate Trump.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know, pour one out to Bourdain. I mean, this guy got like 5-star. Like he got the best food in the world. Like from Japan and France. Like the finest, most expensive. There was like one meal he did that cost like $3,000.
Wow.
This one episode in France with like the pastry fish, where they make a fish and then they like make a pastry and they put it around the fish, but then they like shape the pastry to look like the fish, and like they do detail down to like the scales and fins and stuff. Like, wow. So it's like a work of art, and you get to eat it and taste it, and then you get to hang yourself afterwards because like your life's meaningless. I mean, this guy had kids. I mean, supposedly he was on not neurotropics, but SSRIs. Yeah, psychotropics. Yeah. So you know, everybody's gonna try to blame that. But I think it's the idealization of pain and like being troubled. And like Nick today on his show is saying how he works best when he's in pain and he's a hurting artist.
Well, you can't deny that it's not the pain, but I think it's the desperation. It is the pain. It's the despair. It's that you want to put that into art, right? So it is true. It's like it's hard to deny that does have a heavy correlation. Like you look at Louis C.K.'s career and how it just shot up when he was basically like borderline committing suicide. Like that was the moment that his career like transformed, where it's like you're at your lowest low before you reach your highest high. That kind of thing. So I can see why people have that people have that fascination with a tortured artist. But it's definitely not something to want. To desire.
No, it's not healthy. Like, although it might produce great art, I mean, do you want to give your life for that? You know?
Yeah, dude. The best, the most modern YouTube example is H3H3, where his content was the best when he was basically like really poor and living in an apartment with a bunch of mold, which made you cough, and he was just making these like YouTube reaction videos where he just sits there on his monitor like watching the shit and just reacting to it, and it was fucking hilarious, dude. I loved his content when it was just him and a fucking computer screen, and Hilo was just fucking filming it
behind the camera.
Not doing anything other than making like a comment here and there, like, Ethan, are you okay? Stuff like that. It was like that shit was the best. And then as soon as it became like he had an Ethan and Hila channel, and then he got like millions of subs. He did Vape Nation, and then to be honest, I thought it was already in decline before Vape Nation, but that was really like after.
Well, when Vape Nation came out, that was clearly their magnum opus. Like that was such a beautiful work. If you had been following them since the shitty apartment in Israel.
Yeah.
And like because all the memes, like the DJ Khaled, the Bradberries, like the song in the background of Vape Nation is much like the song in the beginning for the show. It's like
it was the same thing, but they got one of the fans like 8-bit, put it in 8-bit mode or something, right?
Right, but there's references to memes.
Oh yeah,
there's mimetic reference throughout the entire track.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's like works on multiple levels.
Yeah, because there's the part where he's doing a little like vape compilation in the middle of the park where he's like smoking the vape, and they have like that like trap beat that has like I'm Ethan Bradbury like playing in it and all that stuff. That was like their finest moment.
It has a bunch of their memes, and that was their best work, and it's just been downhill for them ever since. They tried to go the Joe Rogan route, tried to do a podcast.
To be fair, that podcast is still really popular, and he gets a lot of big guests on it. So he's doing really well. I just don't think that it's like, I think he's still riding off of his original...
Well, the thing is he's getting hate now. He's been getting hate for a long time. There's been several like attempts to like ruin him at this point, but where he never got that before. So his cred is like YouTube cred is like kind of, it's not really there. Right. It's not there at all. He used to be the moral police of YouTube. He used to be like the guy, like if he did a thumbs up or thumbs down, your career would be
It's
fucking
so
over.
true, man. Yeah, I mean, what did he do to that? Remember that Antonio?
Leafy.
No. SoFlo Antonio. Leafy was another thing.
Oh,
SoFlo
yeah,
Antonio was
SoFlo.
like his first guy. He was the paladin of YouTube. He purified the website of SoFlo just by roasting him so fucking hard because he deserved it. Like SoFlo was such a fucking douchebag, and it was like it was amazing. People love Ethan for that because Ethan was just this guy. Like because you couldn't. It's funny when you're at your lowest low and you have nothing to lose. You really can't poke a hole in a guy like that. Like you couldn't really come at Ethan because Ethan was just like he was just this like fucking poor guy in Israel. And he's pathetic, and he's like totally open about it. It's like that. It's like the self-deprecating comic. It's like, oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna make fun of me for? All the things I already make fun of myself for? Like, no. That's exactly what he played. Yeah, the fupa, the hacking, the hat coughing. Like, he couldn't be made fun of, but he was like, he just toppled these other personalities like SoFlo, and especially SoFlo because SoFlo was also doing some other like. Just scummy kind of practices with you know, uploading other people's content, stealing other people's content, uploading it to Facebook, and just generally making a business out of other people's content and not crediting them. What he would actually do, it was funny what he was doing. He was actually he was creating fake accounts, and then crediting those fake accounts with the content that he was uploading on Facebook, instead of crediting the original creator. Stuff like that. Where it was like finding loopholes in Facebook's system. So that guy was just a con artist, and it was great when Ethan made fun of that kind of.
I really there's a time when I was really hoping that iDubbbz was gonna make a content comp.
Never. They're friends. Yeah,
well, that was before they were friends, and that was when he was doing the shady shit, like saying Pyro Cynical should. Oh, we need to deplatform him. He shouldn't even have a platform to defend himself. Like, very sneaky dude. But yeah, he's a very sneaky dude. You know, like.
He has 99.7% Ashkenazi Jewish.
I mean, yeah, you can tell by looking at him. Pull up the picture.
He does look extremely Semitic.
Has iDubbbz done a content comp like this year? Like, when's the last time he did a fucking content comp?
I don't know. I thought it was on Rice Gum.
Yeah.
That was the best. That was actually the best one, in my opinion. No, yeah. On Rice Gum?
Dude, his best one was Keemstar. Hands down.
Right. Keemstar was good.
That was fucking hilarious, dude.
I thought they were all pretty good, to be honest. But
they're all good.
I love the one on Rice Gum. First of all, the fact that he played everybody by saying it was Jake Paul, and then the video turns out to be about Rice Gum, that was fucking hilarious.
Really funny.
And then just the way he formatted it, he did a whole 7 Deadly Sins theme to it, which made it fucking even more exciting. And I don't know, he found way more dirt on Rice Gum than he ever found on Keem, in my opinion. Like, all the dirt on Keem was already known. The dirt on Rice Gum, I feel like, was less known.
Well, the dirt was out there on Keem, but he really made it. He ruined Keemstar.
I mean, Keemstar was already being made fun of for, like, Alex is a stupid N-word. You know, the videos where what's the one where he gives the kid an Xbox game, but it was like it was made up, right? But he gives the kid like an Xbox or an Xbox game, I forget, and they just destroy it in front of him, and they just like totally like it's just so sadistic. And messed up.
It was ice cream. I think they pushed an ice cream in a little kid's face. No, he was part of the prank, dude. He was part of the prank. Those are real tears, dude. Like,
are you serious?
I don't know.
I don't know if it was real or not. I heard it was. Yeah, I heard it was part of the prank. But
I just think that kid. He's like, all right, I'm doing a prank. But then when the ice cream, that wet, cold ice cream touched his face, like then.
Okay, so it's a half. So it's a half truth.
Yeah.
It's a half truth.
I mean, the worst thing Keem ever did was call that old guy a pedophile, who never was a pedophile. I mean, that was
yeah, and then he kept doing like the 6 Gorillion thing, where you like lower the age of the girl every time you talk about it. Oh yeah, what? She's 14. Yeah, he's with this 13-year-old. Yeah, this is with this like 12-year-old girl. Yeah, she was like 11, wasn't she? Like just in different videos. And what other shit? He's talked about like how he doesn't release DMs, or he never doxes people, and then he does it. I don't know. Somehow at the end of it all, Keem
I've really enjoyed.
Keem is a survivor at the end. I don't even understand
his redemption arc was beautiful.
What was his redemption arc? I don't even know how he redeemed himself. He just weathers the storm. Well, Keemstar.
Well, no, he
just bundles up. He just bundles up and he weathers the storm, and then he comes out at the end and he keeps doing drama alert. He keeps being Keemstar.
He outsourced drama alert to this guy that nobody liked. A bunch of people left.
My phone
I think you got a little phone call there, big boy.
I'm just gonna silence it for now.
Do you have a second monitor?
I do, yeah. I'm watching YouTube chat in the other monitor.
You should pull up the things that I'm sending you.
Oh,
that way, like when I send it.
I'm not looking at. Yeah, I don't have Discord up in the second monitor.
Hey, pull this up, Jamie. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, I know. I'm not keeping up to date on this stuff. I gotta watch the Discord. I'll keep.
I figure I can send you shit.
I have to figure out the best way to basically like to be able to see what's going on. I'm just gonna. So what I have right now, my main monitor is obviously being displayed on the stream. So then I'm gonna have my side monitor have like Discord up, and it's also gonna have YouTube up where I'm just watching our views. I'm checking our chat, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's hard to keep this formatted correctly. It's like
maybe you could just like.
Dude, I need a third monitor. I need a third monitor.
That would solve it.
Dude, I'm about to. I know we're getting personal here. I'm about to move my coworker. Like, dude, I'm gonna make much more money soon, and I'm gonna move and I'm gonna find a new place. So, I mean, just full disclosure, I'm pretty poor, so I'm gonna start making a lot more money than I usually do, and I'm gonna find a slightly more expensive apartment to live in. Gonna share it with some coworkers, some chill ass coworkers, and dude, it's gonna be so much better, man. I'm gonna have more space. Like, my room's tiny. Like, fuck, I don't know. I'm so happy right now. My life is like in such a good spot, I feel. But
good for you. Good for you, homie.
Yeah. Keemstar blocked you. Wait, who did Keemstar block?
Well, he blocked somebody that we mutually know. I mean, he blocked everybody. You know, I was gonna tweet about Keemstar earlier today, but I'm like, man, I don't want this guy to block me so soon. I want to, get out there a little bit. I mean, Keemstar's been on Warski multiple times at this point. So, never know. Keem joins us at Westminster someday.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Essentially.
Oh,
but yeah, no,
I love Keem.
Dude, Baited. Baited is what made me fall in love with Keemstar.
To me reminds me of another Medicare where like we know exactly what his intention is. He's so open about his intention that you can't hate him. It's like I just want to hang around where the drama's at. Like, I just want to talk about drama with e-celebs. And that's what he's into. He loves it. And once you realize that, you're like, I can't hate this guy. Like, he's pure. His intentions are pure.
Yeah, and he's, like, really backed off. Like, he's really big in Isocidens community, but he doesn't talk about it on Drama Alert, even though there's more drama on Isocidens channel than, like, all the other channels he covers combined.
Right.
But he doesn't do that because he's actually... He doesn't want another raid. Like, he doesn't... He's very careful where he chooses his battles now, because he doesn't want to ruin the rep that he's managed to gain since
he always resets his rep to 0 somehow. It's like always like something happens, days since Keemstar shit goes down, resets to 0, and then Keemstar all of a sudden has to work his way up from like being hated by everybody on YouTube, and somehow he always has his fans. Keemstar always has the people that stick with him no matter what. And then he just works his way up from that base. It's amazing. The guy is like, he's an expert at weathering shitstorms on YouTube.
Yeah, man. Let me see what else is going on in the wide world here. I was thinking you probably shouldn't browse the chans.
Oh no, you're gonna. Oh no. I'm not browsing the chans, dude. I wouldn't want to go to 20 of those. Those are no websites. That's where you see the no content, the stuff that makes you think in ways that are nasty and evil. and that don't conform to what society tells me to think. So I don't go there.
Well,
but you can go there for me, and you can curate my content, so I'll watch it.
You know, I unironically do that with other people in my life. It's pretty funny.
Oh,
but
yeah, you curate Paul content for him? That's nice.
Because they don't want to go on the website. But
yeah, I gotta wear a hazmat suit every time I go in.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Both referencing the same thing.
Gotta wear half of the hazmat suit, alright?
Yeah. Certain expression on your face.
51% of a hazmat suit.
Yeah, no, they're trying to connect. Let me just scroll through this whole thing real quick. They're trying to connect this Bourdain suicide to the whole NXIVM.
What's NXIVM? Oh, the Allison Mack.
So yeah, I've never. Are you familiar with NXIVM? Because
I think you were talking about it the other day. I mean, I barely followed it when you explained it before, TBH. But give it to me again, and give it to the stream again.
Yeah, I'll give it to the stream. Open and click that while I give you a quick rundown.
Oh, did you put it in Dixieland this time? Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Wait, how do I make
my bad?
All right. So I'm gonna. How do we do this? Okay, well I'm gonna end up going to poll, and this is gonna.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You can go to. I made sure that there was nothing. No.
Okay. No
refresh.
content. All right. So
yeah.
We start with this nice picture. I think I found something. Anthony Bourdain. We got that rich guy, Richard. What's his name? Branson. Yeah.
The Virgin.
NXIVM. Yeah. This is why our server is okay. And guy with a mouse hat. The mouse mask. Okay, this is crazy. What's the tattoo about, though? This tattoo is fucking creepy. This tattoo gives me, like, a little bit of a creepy vibe.
You like that? You like that tattoo?
That's yeah. And also, it's not a tattoo; it's a brand. That's what's even.
Yeah,
that's really
it's a
fucking
brand.
creepy.
That's the theme of the server, as you know, NXIVM. So what it is two things. You know, I love how people. All right, so if you look in the middle left picture. It kind of outlines what it is, and it's a K and an R.
That's right, GrandWizard. It is very satanic.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a K and an R. I see that.
So people are speculating.
By the way, even if it wasn't a brand, I would still find it really creepy. That just is a creepy looking logo. It's a creepy symbol.
Yeah. Yeah. And people are speculating that stands for Keith and Rachel. Or, wait, no. No. That's right. There's an A in there. Yeah. So it's Keith Raniere, KR, and there is an A for Allison, right? Because Allison's the one doing the whole thing.
Can we do it? AM, Allison Mack, and then you have Keith Raniere. That's pretty sick.
Can we do a? I wonder. Can we play a video from ABC? You think we'll get flagged?
No, I don't think so. Are we? Where are we going?
I want to give a little more context here for the stream.
All right.
Posting it in Dixie again.
Dude, I'm getting good at this, by the way.
Nice.
We are told the rendezvous was a secret.
Now we're gonna have to transform this content right now.
I can drag the link into the right side of my screen, and then I can drag it back to the left side so we can watch it.
Sarah Edmondson says she was one of them, willingly participating in a strange initiation ritual led by a woman who told everyone to take off their clothes and put on
the best.
a blindfold.
Wow.
I love shit like this.
This is gonna creep.
Like the rabbit hole goes so deep.
No clothes. On a sheepskin rug.
Edmondson told
Wait,
authorities
pause.
that
Remember when you were telling me about, what's his name? There was some Dutch banker who was like in tears over. There's some crazy thing where they were like, it was like some
satanic
pedos,
ritual,
satanic
abuse. Yes.
It's fucking crazy how this just keeps happening everywhere. Always, this just happens everywhere. There's always another satanic circle of people doing.
They veil it under different contexts, and they veil it under different names and brandings, but it's all the same shit. It's all the same shit.
Well, do you think they're it's not like they network with each other necessarily, or do you think they do that?
Well, here's the thing: is that Richard Branson is part of the NXIVM because it's going to trial now because there was child trafficking involved. Or I don't know if I guess yeah, no, technically it is child trafficking because I believe they went across the border from Canada to the United States with underage females that were used in this this fucking sex cult basically. Yeah. And the way he did it was it's branded as like a self-help thing, and it's very much he literally took the steps for Scientology and just like reworded it. And it's just Scientology, and so he's like his own L. Ron Hubbard, like a modern.
Wait,
you know, but is
Richard is?
No. Keith, yes, Keith.
By
Keith
the way,
Raniere.
who is Keith? I have heard that name before. What's his
well,
deal?
That's because that's someone on the Discord. I mean, yeah, Keith Raniere. He's the guy who runs the whole thing. But it's used as like a corporation. Like it's supposed to be like a corporation that's like based upon self-help and like self-actualization. So you go through like their courses and you're better at public speaking and, you know, blah, blah, blah. You've got more confidence and it's good for, they say it's good for business people. But the thing is the rungs higher up of this whole thing, that's when it gets like really weird. Anyway, just play the rest of the video.
All right.
She thought they were going to get tattoos. Instead, she says they found out they were all going to be branded.
What was that like? It was worse than childbirth. Imagine a hot laser dragged across your flesh for 30 minutes without anesthetic.
At this point, you're probably wondering, how in the world did this happen? Sarah seems so normal. She lives in Vancouver, where she is a wife and mother with a successful film and television career.
Do I know you?
Pause.
I don't think so. Oh, no.
So yeah, I mean, once again, you'll notice that the higher ups of this thing, they're all in media and entertainment,
right?
Especially television, and that's like Allison Mack.
They're all like these higher ups. What if you just broaden it out to all of these types of scandals with pedophilia and Satanism? It's always they're higher ups in some huge major industry where they're just insanely influential people, powerful people. Whether it's banking, whether it's media, whether it's business, something else, you know, right?
Right, and these people are B-list celebrities, right? So this actress and Allison Mack, I mean, this is like what you call B-list, right? They're on like television shows that aren't like, I don't even think it's prime time, right? It's just like serialized. So they're not like, it's not like a Hollywood clout or anything like that. But at the same time, like in the various rungs of the caste system of the elite, these guys are in the fucking bottom. But for us, it's like, oh, they're on TV and they're millionaires, and we think that's a big deal, right?
Right.
But to the elite, they're literal cattle that they brand with their fucking initials,
right?
And have weird sex parties with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around that.
Well, do you think that they're connected to more well-known people? They're not. It's not just. It doesn't end at B-list. I assume that it doesn't.
Oh, well,
I assume
yeah.
that it goes way deeper than that. Obviously.
Let's watch the rest of this. So let's click.
I assume that these B-listers are the ones that are like the fall guys. They're the ones that take the fall before the bigger ones.
That was yeah. You're right.
After she crossed paths
right.
with a secretive
let's keep on going though
group
before we get there.
NXIVM and its charismatic leader Keith Raniere.
I'm an interesting person, I'm a controversial person, but most importantly, I'm an unconventional person.
According to promotional materials, even as a child, Raniere was destined for greatness. Speaking in full sentences at age 1, reading at age 2, judo champ and concert-level pianist at 13.
I was told that he was one of the smartest men in the world and just an incredible man.
With that, I'm going to pass the microphone over to
Mr.
Raniere.
So incredible it seems that an ordinary name just won't do. Participants say they're taught to call Raniere Vanguard.
Vanguard. Yes, Vanguard is the name that we refer to Keith as because he is a leader of a philosophical movement.
At the heart of NXIVM training is something called intensives, which former members say are like group therapy, running as long as 14 hours a day and up to 16 days. Edmondson says she attended her first one in 2005. She says it cost over $2,000.
I left my 5-day, my initial training, as if
All right, so I mean, all right, so we have so much money now. We can spend $2,000 on a short course on how to better actualize myself and be more successful.
Okay, yeah. So they're basically like spending money on being able to launder like the other shit that they're doing.
Well, no, I mean this is an entry. This is
Oh, I mean,
this is like
I assume
test.
they're putting up a front. Like that's the whole point of this.
What do you mean?
It's like the mafia running an Italian restaurant. It's like a front.
Well, no. Okay, so this lady in particular is just a lady who wanted to better her life. She wanted, you know, she wanted a course that would help her out, and so she paid money for it.
Right.
Now, to me, that seems like a lot of money to just like not watch a couple Jordan Peterson videos. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But what it is that they're just enlisted in the class. From there on in the class, like you'll see he's gonna go and pick her because she's so weak. Basically, she's mentally weak, and she's picking up the teachings very quickly. And then one after another, she's starting to recruit people. She's moving her way up. So it starts off as she's like a nobody. It's not like she was in on it from the get-go. It's not like a laundering thing. They are making money off these people. I mean, they are profiting in every way, spiritually, sexually, and monetarily off these weak people. These like media elites who are just so lost in this vacuous world of modernity where there's no true identity or sense of self. I mean, this is what happens when there's no core spirituality in a society, right? They reach out to this shit, and they get used by people who are looking to take advantage of weak people.
Yeah.
If this lady had God, or you know, if she had four,
so just to establish this, they make this
good tree.
They put this classroom up to basically scout for new members. Basically,
I think they put this classroom. I mean, that's part of it, sure, but I really do. It's just like a money thing. It's like twofold.
Yeah.
Twofold thing.
Right. That makes sense.
Let's keep playing it.
A veil had been lifted, and I could see things more clearly in my life.
In promotional materials and
got
videos,
George Orwell
NXIVM
here,
claims more than
commenting with a white power.
16,000 people
Well, I don't agree
worldwide
with that.
have taken its courses, but participants are required to sign a confidentiality agreement. So what do we actually know about this secretive self-help group? According to former members, NXIVM has its own lingo. And the sessions came to involve practices such as chanting, a special handshake, even bowing.
Thank you to Vanguard. I love it.
Former members like Mark Vicente say anyone unwilling to go along with the rituals would be scorned.
If you question Keith Raniere, the hits the fan.
Like
You are prideful. How dare you? Don't you realize you owe everything to him?
But before he founded NXIVM, Raniere's first big idea came in the 1990s, hawking memberships in an ill-fated network marketing company.
His name is Keith Raniere. His idea is called Consumers Byline.
Consumers Byline, may I help you?
This promotional video for Consumers Byline from the 1990s features the late
You gotta love
Albert
it.
of
You
Green
gotta
fame.
love how he's very
And a
entrepreneurial.
painfully
And if the
awkward
first thing
pitchman,
doesn't fucking work, he'll just
31-year-old
keep on
Keith
doing it
Raniere.
until it does.
Happy to see you again.
Yes, happy to see you too.
It's an amazing idea.
Yes, well, sometimes it even amazes me. But Consumers Byline is wonderful, and it's working.
And it really was a brilliant idea. It was.
This guy reminds me of the guy from Office Space, like the guy with the mug.
Tony
Like it's almost like not
knew
real.
Raniere before he was
Bill Hader
Vanguard.
When you met him,
Wait,
did
Office
he seem
Space.
like a
No, sorry.
genius?
No.
He seemed
No,
like
yeah,
a geek.
the boss, right?
It's like, okay, can I get this TPS
yeah,
report?
Yeah, that guy, yeah.
Why are you
Bill
doing
Lumberg.
this? He said,
Bill
this is
Lumberg.
the platform that I'm going to use, and I'm going to change the
It's
world.
that pop culture knowledge.
But not everyone was buying what
know that
Raniere was selling. Attorneys general in several states began looking into Consumers Byline's practices.
We first told you about Consumers Byline last May when the company was accused of being an illegal pyramid scheme.
The company settled without admitting wrongdoing, but agreed to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to the states. After that, the company went bust. By that time, Tony Natali was all in. She had left her husband and moved to Albany with her young son to be with Keith. They were together for nearly 6 years.
Here's the smartest man in the world, willing to help you through your emotional issues, help you heal sexually. I'm going to help you heal.
Imagine being the smartest man in the
world. You just have
world.
to trust me.
Natali says she witnessed the early days of NXIVM. Raniere had just partnered with a woman named Nancy Saltzman, and together they created teachings known as rational inquiry and methods that in court filings, Natali later likened to brainwashing.
Intelligence doesn't.
What Keith does, he elicits all that information from you. My opinion is that what they do from
not at all.
is they take that information and they utilize that. Where can I not build you up or break you down?
Over time, Natali says her relationship with Raniere changed. He started to get aggressive, controlling, and worse.
When I no longer wanted to have relationships with him any longer, he would rape me.
In a court filing, she alleged that NXIVM was a cult presided over by Raniere, and that he raped her repeatedly. In their filings, NXIVM lawyers say Natali's allegations are false. They call them scurrilous, scandalous, and slanderous. Sarah Edmondson says when she was involved in NXIVM, Raniere taught that women were to be subservient to men, and that he practiced what he preached by having what amounts to a harem of women.
Oh.
I've spoken to 5 different women who were in the harem, and it was like having a normal boyfriend, except you didn't know when you were going to see him next.
The bear!
The woman the next day. To be honest, a schlub.
That's his bridal picture.
My personal belief is that it's one gigantic
I want to fast forward.
I think that there's a certain percentage of
I'm liking this, man. I'm way into this.
In fact,
this is very
interesting.
I know.
So devoted that they travel in from
very
all over
good.
the world to celebrate Raniere's
Just don't want to get a
birthday,
strike.
an annual celebration known as Vanguard Week.
As long as we keep talking
a
over
happy
it.
birthday. I loved V Week.
Yeah, that's true.
I loved it. It was like my favorite time of year. I missed
What's the most
my
interesting
best
part
friend's
is when
wedding.
the actress lady
That-
talks
that's
about
more
the branding
important to me, V
ceremony.
Week. I missed her wedding.
You mean the part we already saw?
Comes up right now.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Edmondson was in the group for 12 years, rising through the ranks. During that time, she says she got close to Nancy Saltzman's daughter,
She achieved
Lauren.
the rank of GrandWizard.
Lauren was even Edmondson's maid of honor.
She's like my therapist, and in the ranking system, she's also above me.
Then in March, after all their years together in NXIVM, Sarah says Lauren approached her about a new and mysterious opportunity.
Life-changing, but top secret.
But
This is where the
Edmondson
kinky shit
claims Lauren
happens.
Saltzman demanded highly compromising collateral first. In response, she says she and some others ended up providing nude photos of themselves.
Instantly, all my alarm bells are going
Absolutely.
off. So why did you do it?
I did it because I trusted
Because
her.
I'm stupid.
Only then did she gain entry.
And the first step is
Stupid and
making a vow of
weak-willed.
obedience to her as me being a slave and her being my master. Again,
Slave? She used the word
She
slave?
used the
At
word
what point do you
slave.
realize that you're in a
Of
fucking
course, yeah, and I
creepy
objected
cult?
every stage of the way. And she said, it's just it's a metaphor. It's like
I guess you
guru
don't.
disciple.
All of
If
this,
you're
she says,
like
led
this
up to
woman.
the night when
guess
she
so.
and 4 women submitted one by one to being
always
branded
women.
by this woman, she says.
Always the women
Dr.
who get
Danielle
duped into
Roberts.
this.
And then the woman on the table
I know.
screamed out in
I
pain.
Could you
why.
imagine dudes
You know,
doing
twisted
this?
and
Yeah,
turned
You're my
I know.
and
slave
yelled,
now,
and
bro.
the woman was holding her legs down. We looked
Yeah,
at
I'm like a slave. But it's like, it's totally okay. It's like, we're part of this, like, cool society.
It didn't seem like a choice.
Yeah,
We
he's
hang
got
out, we
branded.
strip down, take some nakeds, and we better ourselves.
We better ourselves, drink
It's right
Coors
here.
Light, get
Right
branded.
under my underwear line.
An attorney
Oh,
for
man,
Dr.
imagine
Danielle
being such a
Roberts
dummy.
tells
You've got, like,
ABC
a
News
permanent
the
branding on
allegations
you.
are unfounded. But Edmondson did file a complaint on
Cuomo.
Dr.
Oh,
Roberts
shit,
with
that's
the
the
New York
governor.
Department of Health.
Chris
In
Cuomo's his
response,
son.
the agency said the issues she described are not medical misconduct. Edmondson believes that Raniere should also be held accountable because she says she saw a text come in from him as she held Lauren Saltzman's phone, filming the branding.
When we were doing the branding, a text came through from Keith, and it said, "How are they all doing with each other?" To
So he
Lauren.
knew.
He knew. He knew that we were all being branded.
Raniere did not respond to our requests for an interview, but in a letter posted on the group's website, Raniere says there is no merit to the allegations that we are abusing, coercing, or harming individuals.
Wow.
Raniere says that secret sorority is not part of NXIVM, and I'm not associated with the group. The letter also says our experts say members of the sorority are thriving, healthy, happy, better off, and haven't been coerced.
Like cattle.
But in Edmondson's complaint, she says she was told that the brand was a Latin symbol. Later, she says she realized it included the initials of NXIVM's leader and those of a
fucking
fellow
retard.
actress.
And the 4 elements were Keith's initials.
You're not gonna look at the thing.
symbol.
You're not even gonna think about the thing that you're getting branded with and like take a good look at it.
Coming up, Vanguard goes Hollywood. Why are so many young actors following the guru of Albany?
Why do you think that's
so emotional for me?
Yes.
And one
She's
star's
crazy.
fight
She's got the
to get
white
her
above the
daughter
pupil.
back.
You just know what that means.
In my opinion, she's in grave danger.
Stay with us.
Pause. All right.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, George
We should watch
Stephanopoulos.
more NXIVM video. Yeah, that's how you know it's good. Let me pull up the Allison Mack video.
Yeah, when George Stephanopoulos signs you out, you know you should treat this with a grain of salt. Not in this case, though. I mean, this is very interesting. Oh, but, you know, Roger Stone exposes the NXIVM cult. I want to see what Roger Stone has to think about it. Give us the stone cold truth, buddy.
Yeah, I kind of do, too.
You think he's got a hot take? Just tell me right now. Do you think he has a hot take on this?
It's probably the globalists.
I mean, obviously, it's the globalists. Is it ever not? Is the question.
Are you pulling it up, or?
What are you linking me to pull up?
Oh, I thought you were gonna play the Roger Stone.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
see.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Well, first of all, they presented themselves to me as a self-help group, having these classes in the Albany, New York area.
I'm pulling it up right now. Do you want a 1, 2, 3 go on this?
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on one second. Roger Stone. Let's see. Can I get a CX in the chat, boys?
Are you ready?
You didn't link it, you fuck. So I gotta like find it, and I'm getting
I assumed
like.
you were finding it. All right, I'm linking it.
No, I got it. I got it now.
All right, jeez.
All right, 3, 2, do it. You do it.
3, 2, 1, play.
Well, first of all, they presented themselves to me as a self-help group, having these classes in the Albany, New York area. Their clientele all appeared to be wealthier, middle-aged, mostly housewives, but some men as well. People looking for some self-esteem, people looking for some self-confidence. But the people who worked for NXIVM, the women who worked for them, were all emaciated. They were all extremely thin. And I did audit this course to see what it was like, to look in on it. I noticed that they were given no bathroom breaks. They were given no food breaks. It was extremely intense. I met the actress Catherine Oxenberg there, who briefly audited and then fell out with the cult, now struggling to get her daughter, India, out of it. I'm in touch with her. Last week on the War Room, we had Frank Parlato, who really is the crusading journalist who has busted this cult wide open. And I love how you've been exposing it and talking about your experiences since it came out in the news, and then the media spins it like you're involved. Well, you're exposing it, and then you're a bad guy.
Look at Roger's face. It's great.
Roger Stone. I remember asking you about this like a year ago.
I know. He has Neanderthal DNA.
Groups, the NXIVM sex cult. Describe in your own words.
It's also got some
what
Levant
it really
DNA.
was, your periphery view, working for him for a few months, why you got out of it, obviously not knowing it was a cult then, and now you've got inside a secretive group where women are branded. That is out of the New York Times. Smallville actress Allison Mack is both a victim and perpetrator of cult sex crimes, whistleblower says. Allison Mack, Smithville actress, granted bail in The sex
Damn.
case.
Yo, did you see how many tabs
Alex Jones sounds like he's vaping all the time. Have you noticed that?
Your view is very interesting. And this was mainly a leftist group.
Mainly a leftist
Which
group.
again, women
sounds like he has a lung full
to
of
pimp
vape.
them, to beat them, to hurt them. Not all women want that, but some women do.
Not all women
They found
want
it with
that.
NXIVM. But you described what it was like. They were shriveled women, like having their soul sucked. Describe what you witnessed. Well, first of all, they presented themselves.
Roger, when you're holding the branding iron, how'd you feel? Did you feel powerful, Roger?
Their
Did you squirm, Roger?
Wealthier, middle-aged, mostly housewives, but some men as well. People looking for some self-esteem, people looking for some self-confidence. But the people who worked for NXIVM, the women who worked for them, were all.
Do you think this is Jordan Peterson's long con?
Jordan.
Could you imagine? Okay, I've got the brand iron now, bucko. Don't move.
Yeah, like Jordan Peterson would somehow. Yeah, like I can't even imagine that. Like I can't imagine that there's like some cult. Like I see there's a kind of like Jordan Peterson likes to get a bit mystical. Like he likes to get Carl Jung with it. He likes to talk about, you know, ancestral memory and mythology and how we all kind of like pass down a consciousness to one another where we understand mythology. But like I don't understand how, I can't make the connection that he would be a cult leader. It doesn't make any sense to me. So no, I think there's a huge difference. I can't see how that could possibly happen. Bucko, get ready for the brand now. You want to be part of my sex cult?
Get ready to strip down.
The first initiation ritual is clean your room. Come to my basement. Clean my basement.
Clean my basement. Clean my dog cage and lock yourself in it.
Don't go to the bathroom. Okay? Okay, Bucko? If you go to the bathroom, you've ruined your purity. And then you're going to come to my basement. And you're going to clean that cage. And when you clean that cage, Bucko, I'm going to lock you in it.
Stop, you sound too much like a... You're channeling the demonic Peterson. That can be a recurring character.
And then I'm going to lock you in the cage, Bucko.
Stop. Stop. Alright, let's play. Give me a count.
Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
All emaciated. They were all extremely thin. And I did audit this course to see what it was like, to look in on it. I noticed that they were given no bathroom breaks. They were given no food breaks.
No bathroom breaks,
It was
Bucko.
extremely intense. I met the actress Catherine Oxenberg there, who briefly audited and then fell out with the cult, now struggling to get her daughter India out of it. I'm in touch with her. Last week on the War Room, we had Frank Parlato, who really is the crusading journalist who has busted this cult wide open. And I love how you've been exposing it and talking about your experiences since it came out in the news, and then the media spins it like you're involved. Well, you're exposing it.
Yeah, it was part of the
you're a
teaser.
bad guy. I never saw any evidence of a harem. I never saw any evidence of sexual abuse. I never saw
Roger.
any evidence of women.
Well,
you were in the porch. You were on the outside. Because it was clear after 2 months that they needed an attorney, not a lobbyist. Their specific complaint had to do with an ex-partner who they believe had bilked them and stolen. Sure, but you told me, but basically,
is Roger Stone a lobbyist?
Not on air. You just said basically it was a bunch of crazy people. Well, and what they did do, and this was clear, was they would find wealthy offspring,
and Reagan, right?
like Claire and Sarah Bronfman of the very wealthy Bronfman family in New York, and then they would.
I mean, he's a guy with a lot of
from
connections,
them.
so he
They're
could lobby
embroiled
as well.
in many lawsuits. So it's sucking money off liberal women, and I guess liberal women don't.
I mean, hey, when you put it like that, Alex, doesn't sound too bad.
Nice to them, so I guess that's the ultimate fetish, is being cucked. So these women, a lot of them, need to be abused. It's just, it's totally sick.
I love memes.
Very clear that the
I love when people make fun of me.
Enormous checks drained down their inheritance to pay for this. The famous Keith Raniere, I never met. Everybody spoke of him in these reverential terms, but all I saw was
The
this self-help
vanguard.
program that seemed pretty pathetic, to be honest.
And by the way, these self-help programs, I got to tell you, folks, we don't have big meetings. We don't do big groups. We don't tell you how to live your whole life.
We just tell you to
break
put
down
colloidal
facts.
silver in your asshole.
So many of them are cults. They've got these exercise cults and these other things, and it's all like some weirdo just stating stupid, basic things. Everyone just deciding they found the truth so they can feel really big and smart. And it's like mainstream media, it's a Democratic Party. It's like any of it. It's not. I mean, pull up the leader of the NXIVM cult. I mean, this guy looks like a complete moron. I mean, just look at every one of these self-help guys has that same stupid, vapid moron look in their eye. And then other morons go to them, believing they're going to get some moron Valhalla out of it.
Well, and they're extremely.
This reminds me of
litigious as
Kumare.
well. I think you'd find that in most cases,
Do you want to
anyone
pause real
who
quick?
worked for them, even briefly.
I'm at 5:33, by the way.
Did you ever watch Kumare?
No.
That's a really good one. It's about this like American guy who's like Indian. Dot, not feather. And he pretends to be a guru, like a self-help guru. And he starts like a business where he like dresses up in the dress and the flowers. You know, like the guy who the Beatles met with, and then they became all about love, man. Like, you know, and it's funny because he just put on the voice. He talked like this. He said he like tried to talk like his grandfather did, but I'm pretty sure he's just some like Indian guy from Cali. But all these like middle-aged liberal white yuppies like bought into it.
Oh yeah.
And they totally thought he was like a spiritual
when they
leader
see
and
like when they
stuff.
see an Indian guy, I mean, they're automatically like entranced because they're like, well, I mean, look at his ethnicity. He's obviously got some
Right.
holy properties to him.
There's something exotic going on there, something spiritual.
God, liberals
Something that I wouldn't know.
liberals get hooked in so easily. They're such fucking idiots. But yeah.
They're so, I know, it's just like the way they treat foreign cultures is a little disgusting, honestly. Like, just because it's foreign, we have to like just pretend that it's like mystical and like
No, and it doesn't matter that they're like crawling and shit, and that there's people there with like no arms, with no legs, like dragging themselves through the mud. They don't even take care of themselves properly. Oh, look at what this group of people have done as far as running a country and running a society. And we're supposed to think that they're like the greatest people on earth, like they're the holiest, most spiritually amazing people. It's just funny how easily people are hooked in. They literally think they're special because of how poor their country is. Like somehow like that factors in where it's like, look how shitty their country is. They must have some amazing spiritual qualities to them.
I honestly think what it is they're so removed. They're like, they honestly are, they live in this like white bubble or like in a bubble of people who are like rich and
it's amazing what happens when you live when you live in a place like LA where everybody's wealthy and everybody's like so spiritually out of touch. Like they somehow can't find happiness, so they have to look for happiness in places where there's no money and where people are poor and living shitty lives because they don't understand what it means to actually live like a whole life. Like that's what happens when you're so rich and you're so pampered your whole life that you actually don't know what it really means to live a good life. That's the reason they're looking for it. It's like because they're rich, because they're elites.
Yeah, I think that people on the right don't give people of other cultures like merit just based on the fact that it's a foreign culture. Whereas people on the left will. They'll give merit to the culture just because it's like somewhat exotic. And I think it's like, it is like, you know, they're the real racist type of thing. But I think they kind of are a little bit because there's it's like this weird, what is it? The low expectations. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm sure they like it really is.
They have low expectations for other cultures.
It's kind of like, it's low expectations, but it's funny because it's like...
picture.
Okay, sure, I'm pulling it up.
Just so people have something to look at.
Kumare. This is the guy, this is Keith Raniere. This is his doppelganger.
Kumare and Keith.
It is a funny thing. I think what was I gonna say? It's the opposite of low expectations, where it's high expectations because they're so unsuccessful, that there must be something else that that gives them good qualities, right? It's like they can't create a
well, they don't expect them to just be like
they can't create a
constitutional
they can't create a constitutional republic that works without immense amounts of corruption. So there must be something else that makes them amazing, because that's what egalitarianism means. It means you must have some strength somewhere else that that make you just as good as everyone else. It's basically thinking that way. And from that perspective, it's like, well, if they're not capable of doing this, they're not capable of creating like scientific new scientific discoveries. They're not capable of making like a constitutional republic, a functioning society where there's not like an insane amount of poor people with a few tiny percentage of really rich elite people. There must be something else that's about them. They must have some other quality, and that's where you go to like spiritual. They must have an amazing spiritual quality to them, which makes them special.
No, I get that.
It's funny. I imagine the peak society for them would probably be somewhere sub-Saharan Africa, where it's like the people have the lowest IQs, but they're like, and they're so poor, and they're just having the worst time of their lives. I'm sure that's like where they'll find the ultimate nirvana is in those people. It's really just they're so desperately looking for something to give their lives meaning, because they already know it deep in their souls that being a hedonistic liberal is not a great it doesn't give you happiness.
It's not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling, yeah. And so the way Kumare ends is really funny. Is that they have like multiple meetings and they go to these different locations, and you know he literally just says dumb shit. He's like, oh well, you can find truth inside of a feather, and he pulls like a feather out, and they're like, oh, and then he's like talking to the camera, and he's like, I don't know, I just picked the feather up. It sounded good in my head, and they believed it. Like, and it's just amazing.
Dude. Literal balloon heads.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing look at the human psyche for people who have like no fulfilling spirituality in their lives. And so like I was gonna say, is like it ends where they have like this meeting at the pool, and they're all there, and he's supposed to come out. Like he's supposed to like take off his robe and just like wear like jeans and like a t-shirt. Right. And instead of talking like Kumare, he just, you know, he talks like this. He's like, hey, what's up? My name's Ben, or whatever his name was, you know. But he was like there in front of them, and they'd all like made him like a spiritual leader, and he like couldn't do it because it meant the illusion meant more to them. But he actually like pussied out, so he didn't do it face to face. He like ended up like writing them a letter or something. But it just goes to show you how easy it is to manipulate these weak-minded people. There's so many people out there searching for meaning that they'll buy into anything.
I mean, it's such like a perfect example of how like money will get you happiness to an extent where it's like finally you're able to be stable and secure in your life, but past a certain point, it doesn't really help you too much, and that's what you see in liberal elite hubs, coastal elite hubs. Like New York and Hollywood, where these people are like, you have everything provided for you. You're like, you're great. You're like, everything's set for you, but you're not happy. And that's why they're searching for truth in all the wrong places. They're searching for love, and they're searching for like meaning to their lives in all the wrong places. So that's why they end up going for Kumare. And it's like, bitch, you could have just fucking, you could just go to church. You could just get a fucking, have a kid, and you can be you can live a fucking wholesome life. But no, you're so stuck to being a liberal that you can't actually just do the thing that most humans are meant to do, that biologically makes them feel more that makes them feel gratified. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, let's continue with the NXIVM video. Roger Stone. All right, ready? I'm at 5:33.
Make sure it's pulled up for the stream.
Bye-bye, George Orwell. GrandWizard, thanks for watching. All right, 5:33, ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
Ends up getting sued. They never sued me, I'm happy to say, but they sued many others. Doug Rutnick, who's a well-known and respected Democratic lobbyist who happens to be the father of Senator Gillibrand, worked for them. I have no evidence that he did anything wrong either. They ended up suing him, I think, falsely. he probably figured out the same thing I did. They didn't need a lobbyist. They needed a lawyer.
I'll tell you what this sounds like to me. You get people a little bit of power. They get people that want to be around power, so they set themselves up like their power. People then agree it's the power, and then they go crazy. I can tell you how many times, it's like the lottery effect. 98% of people, this has been documented, been films made, books written, that win the lottery end up homeless, in jail, or totally broke, or dead within 2 years.
But they were targeting the wealthy children of wealthy parents. That's where the big money was coming from. The Bronfmans and others. Emptying out their inheritance, turning over all the money to...
And think of the psychology. You've gotten these coddled, spoiled girls, mainly, and then finally there's somebody, you're great, you're going to get it, but teaching them they've got to debase themselves. There's a thrill to that. That's why women go and get pimps.
Well, and
it's very sick.
And they want to belong. They really.
All right, let's pause this.
Something.
All right, I'm paused.
Because they're just kind of like bloviating on the whole situation.
Right.
It's not as interesting now.
Well, that's what Alex Jones does a lot.
Yeah.
They can turn 10 minutes of content into an hour.
But yeah, so if we go back to the poll thread, it gets very Pizzagate-y. Well, supposedly this ties into Pizzagate, and I guess on a certain level it
oh
could,
God, N is the 14th number in the alphabet. XIV is literally 14 in Roman numerals. M is the alphabetical equivalent of 13, being the 13th number of the alphabet. So it's either 14, 14, 13, 14, 24, 9, 22, 13, or 14, 13. I started with 1413 in Google Earth, all 1413 addresses in New York City. Jesus Christ. This guy's autistic as fuck. This is
yeah,
not,
I mean, it's
I
those
don't
leaps.
believe this. I don't believe this. I
No,
don't
no,
believe
no,
that
no,
he's
no.
onto anything.
No.
Very top in green molded.
I think that he's just trying to, you know, connect some dots so that it sounds cool for a post.
He's trying.
That being said, if you scroll up, it was really interesting because so Bourdain, if you look at the picture, look at the what do
These
you
guys
look-
all
oh, yeah,
think
you're
that they're. These guys all think they're in an episode of National Treasure. They're in the National Treasure.
I know, right? But there is something here. There's it's not nothing. And if you look at the OP photo,
yeah.
Okay.
What?
And, when your best friend's the only black kid in school with the cat, I don't even know what that means. Is that a cool cat or something? But there's Richard Branson, right? So Richard Branson's in the Black Book of NXIVM, and on
He's
the bottom
in the Black
right,
Book? What does that mean? Does that mean they don't like him?
he's part of the list. No. He's part of the higher strata of people on a part of the whole fucking cult. So there's what is her name? Kate Spade killed herself a couple days ago.
Oh yeah,
And if
David
you
Spade's sister.
I believe it's David Spade's brother's wife.
Oh, I thought it was his sister.
No.
No. It is okay, Kate Spade.
Yeah, go ahead and Google it.
Okay.
We do intense reporting on this show. It's got to be accurate.
Spouse is Andy Spade. Oh, you're right. Spouse is Andy Spade. It has to be David Spade's brother.
Get wrecked, fag.
Oh, all right, never mind.
Get wrecked.
No, I thought it was his fucking. I was listening to the news the other day and I must have heard it wrong. Okay, never mind. Spade married Andy Spade, the brother of actor comedian. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so she's left with a husband. So when the husband leaves, and sees like all the reporters outside, he wears this like mouse mask from like that 1970s cartoon by Disney. I think it's called The Travelers. I mean, just look at that mouse mask. I mean, what a weird thing to wear.
Very creepy in the context of NXIVM.
It's not related to NXIVM, but the people are saying that she or somebody in the Spade family was part of NXIVM.
Okay.
They're just trying to put pieces together because, you know, if celebrities die or kill themselves, it's got to be related if it happens.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, anything that happens in the celebrity.
One of the things they're like, oh, he's wearing a rat mask. Maybe he's trying to say he was a rat or this and that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
but,
this always happens. This is a psychological thing where you make connections because your mind wants to make connections. Like that's how humans automatically think. That's how we're programmed to think, where we make connections to things. Everything has to have another significance to it. So it makes sense.
Bias, yeah. But it is still it's a good brain tickle to look at these threads and see.
What else is in this thread? Let's see if there's any other hot takes. The black cube of Saturn, global occult worship. This is a black cube that exists in. They have a statue like this in different places in Australia, Denmark, Manhattan, Santa Ana. How is this?
I think
how's
there's
this
one of those in Saudi Arabia too.
Yeah, I believe it's a Muslim thing too. Yeah.
I think I might have heard of that somewhere.
The black cube of Satan is a symbol of this material, three-dimensional realm, and the time we fear is running out, which will let us die, which causes us to do harm to others in order to lead a better life for ourselves. By this, the black cube also symbolizes this guy. These people are like this is the thing though. You have to give Pol credit because what they do is they'll try everything. They'll try every single connection because there's so many different people trying so many different angles and following it all through because they all think that this could be the thing. This is what leads to people finding that "He Will Not Divide Us" flag, where they eventually
exactly.
Which
got started up again today, season 4. I'm very excited. Season 4 is going to be in Poland this time around.
Really,
the Jewish Art Museum.
Wow,
should be fun.
Dude, at this point, I'm starting to think that Shia LaBeouf is like playing a game here, like knowing it, like he knows that he's basically playing capture the flag on a global scale, which is fucking awesome.
It's awesome. It's like the best game. Yeah, at this point, he definitely knows. He knows the game. He knows they're gonna try to take it down.
I wonder if at this point he's in on it. Like he actually likes it. He actually likes to see how good people are at figuring out where he puts his flag.
Well, in that one. When he was in Finland in the art museum, when he was in the cabin, he was Skyping from the cabin. He said he was browsing Pol in 8chan, and he was monitoring all the threads, and that it's a bunch of white boys who get caught up in Nazi ideology, man, and then they get twisted around, and like he figured it out. He figured us all out. He gave us a quick analytical breakdown.
Yeah, checkmate, Nazis. Good shit.
So yeah, no, he's definitely aware, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a good time, especially in Poland. That was the wrong country to pick, man.
I know,
he's
right?
going to get a lot of shit there.
True.
Looking forward to it.
Wow, this thread is full of people like making all kinds of connections. But like I said, it is interesting because this is the kind of thought process that does actually lead to finding something. It's like if you do enough of this. If you do enough sleuthing with this like kind of abstract mindset where it's like you could follow any kind of one of these trains of thoughts and like it could somehow lead you to the answer. And that's why all these people are trying different things. It's really interesting. Chloe,
yeah.
Look at that body. That's not real. That's hilarious. Wait, check it out.
Take that one home to mom.
Bloat maxed as fuck.
Gotta work on the upper body a bit.
Oh man, what kind of body is that? What kind of body shape is that? That's so fucking funny.
Rectangle.
Wow. It's fatter in the middle. It's like it's like, how is that a woman's body? That's crazy. Women don't get fat like that. Like women usually get fat in the ass first, in the ass and the legs. But this one, it's like all in the center mass.
It's not even the stomach, just like the sides.
Yeah.
Like
that's fucking crazy.
The upper stomach.
She's drinking her smart water bottle full of, I don't know, is that Crystal Light or some shit? I don't even know. That's fucking funny. Okay. What else do they have? What else do they have in this thread? I'm curious. 1413 L. Ron Hubbard Way, Los Angeles, California. My numbers are correct. This is weird. Oh, okay. So he's following the 1413 thing, which is what, based on NXIVM, the letters.
It's called NXIVM.
Yeah, I know, NXIVM. But he basically he came up with 1413 based on looking at N, which is the 14th number in the alphabet.
Yes.
XIV,
yes.
which is 14. And then M is the alphabetical equivalent of LMN.
So the way Bourdain ties into this is they think that Bourdain is eventually going to get exposed on the NXIVM lists. and that you know, his life's gonna be ruined, and he just thought he'd end it all before you know, whatever.
This is the thing about it, though. It's like when you make these kinds of connections, this is what always gets me. It's because you know how like in every Bond movie the villain loves to just tell you their whole plan. Like the villain is always so like narcissistic that they want everybody to know how smart they are for coming up with the plan they come up with, and they end up giving it away. It's just the same thing with this, where it's like you just assume that the guy who's doing all this shit is like, I'm gonna make this connection here. I'm gonna call it NXIVM, and then I'm gonna do like 14, 14, 13. I'm gonna come up with this crazy like cryptic nonsense, and no one's ever gonna figure it out. Like, why would you even do that? Why wouldn't you just make no connections and make it completely like undecipherable? Like, I don't get that.
Well, it's very much like L. Ron Hubbard. You know, in numerology, numbers have meaning, and that there's, you know, I don't know if he believes in this.
How do numbers have meaning? How do numbers have meaning unless you purposefully create the names of your organization, create those things, and give them meaning? You don't do that unless it's like somehow subconscious.
Well, numbers have meaning. I mean, you can't say
numbers have meaning, but how is it practical unless someone's actually doing it consciously? You know what I mean?
Well, there's some meanings that are like unconscious for numbers. Like if I give you the number 3.14, I mean that's you.
Yeah, but you're not going to give me the number 3.14 unless you know, and I know that we're talking about pi. Like
if I gave you the number 69, I mean that has a meaning. If I gave you the number 6 and you come from a Christian background, that has a meaning. If I gave you the number 7, same thing.
Yeah, I mean, okay, like think of a random number between 1 and 100 right now.
Yeah, my favorite. I'm thinking of it. Can you guess what it is?
Is it 64?
Oh, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck?
Are you serious?
Are you fucking with me?
No.
All right, Keith Raniere. I think I got it on call right now.
No, you're fucking with me right now, trying to make me feel like I got it right.
No. I got an N64 shirt today.
No! No!
Yeah.
That's no way. I just randomly thought of it. I'm not even kidding.
Wow. Numbers have meaning. Numbers have meaning. I'm telling you.
I don't believe you. Like I don't believe in it.
We
but
just witnessed it. We just witnessed it.
I think you're actually literally fucking with me right now.
Do you want me to take the picture? I have the fucking N64
What, just because you had an N64 shirt? That's supposed to
I got it today.
That's supposed to be.
See?
But that means that was the number you were thinking of when I asked you the question.
It's right next to me. Yeah, that's the fucking number.
Wow.
You think I'm making it up? Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, spooky.
That's really spooky, actually. 1 in 100.
Fucking NXIVM, dude.
All right, I'm convinced numerology is real.
No, I really do believe in numerology, and I did pick 64.
But you believe it. You believe in it in a subconscious sense, meaning people don't consciously come up with these numbers and come up with these deeper.
Well, I was kind of thinking. I was like kind of thinking about this the other day because there's a lot of new stores popping up in my area with a lot of weird names. I can't even think of one right now, but it's like these names don't really mean anything on the surface, but they have parts of Latin words that like mean something. Right. I can't think of the example I was thinking of, but like what's it called when you trace the lineage of a word back to its origin? I can't.
Yeah, it's
recall.
called etymology.
Yes. So etymology is subconscious. You know, when you have enough exposure to the language. So when you hear the root of enough words, that's gonna evoke something. If I say like aqua or you know, something like that, like you're gonna think water, you're gonna think wet, you're gonna think all that.
No, I think about etymology a lot, and I think about like.
So I do think that numbers work the same way, and certain sets of numbers mean certain things. 25, 100, a million. I mean, when I say a million,
I can't get over the fact that I just said 64 and it was like the right number, actually.
I know that we're blessed, dude. Westminster is blessed.
Blessminster,
hashtag,
dude. Creamstream.
Blessminster.
Creamstream magic. Creamstream magic. You've seen it here, folks. Holy shit. That blows my mind. Why did I just go 64? I was like, I
know why I picked it, but I don't know why you picked it.
It was just, I was thinking of a random, like, I was just like, what is the first number that comes to my head? I said, what's the number between 1 and 100? And I was like, and I personally was like, let's think of a number between 1 and 100. Wasn't looking at anything. I was just like, I don't know, 64. And I said, is it 64? Just to be like,
I have weird beliefs about energy and shit, so we'll save that for another stream. But personally, there's a little cognitive bias there, but that's validating my worldview a little bit. But I did pull up a video. It's good on this whole NXIVM thing. If you want to play it.
Yeah, let's check it. Oh yeah, Allison Mac Q&A. I was gonna pull this one up. I was pulling it up just now on the other screen. So let's check it out. When is this before? Oh, sorry. Is this before the scandal came out?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, way before.
Okay, yeah. All right. Actually, fuck. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right. That's all right.
Okay.
Pause it.
I'm pausing.
You see that? You see how he guessed my number? Energy is real, guys. There's something out there in the world. I don't know if it's Keith Raniere. I don't know if we're, if we're Blessminster Abbey right now, but that was definitely weird. I got my cool N64 shirt. I was also thinking one of my favorite songs, When I'm 64. I don't know. 64 has always been my favorite number, Behind that is 6. These are talking about my favorite numbers right now. We got 64, 6, and then probably 4. I like the number 4. It's a good number. And yeah, probably 25. So those are my favorite numbers in order. Top 4. Top 4 favorite numbers for Al God. 64, number 1. But yeah, NXIVM is
water. So I'm gonna
go ahead.
Back once again.
This episode brought to you by Big Water. We are funded by Poland Spring and Whole Foods 365 Spring Water. You can get it on discount online. Go to Amazon, type in code CREAM. That's right, you've heard of Code Cream. This is Code Cream. Get yourself a nice gallon jug, pound it down. I was just checking if a gallon jug. I was just checking if a gallon of water was 64 liters, because that would have freaked me out.
Dude, Wizard, we're having private time, okay? Having private time. It's just,
this is private time. Mommy and Daddy has the door locked, okay? Door's shut, but you can hear through the walls.
You've already said you're about to leave a bunch of times. Like, if you want, like, just chill with us. Just enjoy the stream.
Just chill, brother.
Chill in the chat. We like having you around here, but we're gonna chill on. We're gonna be with each other in the voice chat here. And okay, do you want to go with this Allison Mac Q&A? Let's do it.
Yep.
All right, I'm ready. 1, 2, 3, play. Some nice jazz music.
It is the music of the devil.
It's the music of the devil. It's also the music that's gonna make me $800 a week. Bitch.
My legacy? Sex cult. Underage trafficking.
Trafficking
What
children.
do I want my legacy to be? What do I want to be remembered for? These questions
She's
are
hot,
like
though.
epic.
Epic.
What do I want to be remembered? I want to be remembered.
There you go. There's the smooth brain adjectives coming in hot.
I know it's funny because I say it unironically all the time now.
My passion.
And I know she doesn't.
I want to be remembered for the things that are most important to me. I want to be remembered for the way that I impacted people. I want to be remembered.
She's such an actor,
actress, and true and strong. And joyful.
For being joyful and fucking kids.
Committed and loving.
Committed to fucking kids. loving kids' asses.
Cattle prods.
Branding. You're remembered for branding people.
For the relationships I had and for the
In her mind, there's just like a old, like 40-year-old woman naked screaming on a wooden table. Every time you see her look to the right, that's what she's thinking of. Oh yeah, it used to be called Janess.
Really?
Pause it real quick. Yeah, Janess. If you
Fucking
if you
kids
look,
is the most gratifying thing I've ever done. Giving those
if
kids
you-
a
if you
better
look-
opportunity to live in the United States, so gratifying.
We're all working together.
yeah, especially when they're undocumented and nobody can trace where they go or how they end up.
Just adds
It's
to
the
the
best.
benefits. It's awesome.
Yeah, but looking up that company is like you get a treasure trove of information, like more so than NXIVM.
Sorry, Wizard.
Are you still playing it?
Yeah, I am.
Oh shit.
In working for Janess, there isn't any of that.
I didn't
So
pause.
Yo, pause it real quick. Yeah, pause it.
I'm at 20. I'm at 222.
222.
So it was called Janess. What's that even mean?
It's a good question. I don't know the meaning behind that. Anyway, give me a count.
Wait, dude, do you want to get GrandWizard on for a brief call-in?
I mean, yeah, sure. We can do a little quick.
Let's
get the hot take.
Let's
What do you
let's
think
just
about
get
all
a we'll
this?
get a hot take from you, GrandWizard. How's that sound?
Bring him in. Bring him
Get
in.
in the call-in channel, and we'll pull you in.
Been talking a long time.
We've been hanging out with each other. It's been a bit homo. We're trying to expand our horizons here. We want to get a nice GrandWizard 14 hot take here.
Oh, I just read the chat. Shit. Oh, you stayed up all night.
Yeah, I mean, I
Well,
feel
dude.
bad. We can't be leaving our 14-year-old fans. You know.
Dude, dude, school. Hey, man, the future of the white race depends on you, GrandWizard. You got to get good grades.
All right, GrandWizard, you're live on the Creamstream. Unmute yourself. Wait, do I have to unmute you? Never mind. There you go. Oops. There we go.
Hold on.
We both did it at the same time.
Yeah. Stay in, GrandWizard. I'll unmute. He has this weird situation. I don't know. Lanius can get in here and he's not muted.
Yeah, we turned off server mute for you. You got to unmute.
No, it's not his fault. See, if we go into call-in, he's not muted. Yeah, let's just go to call-in real quick.
All right, we're going to call in. We're gonna talk to Lanius. I mean, GrandWizard. All right.
There he is.
What's up, Wizard?
There he is.
Give us your take on this devil shit that's going on, man. NXIVM.
Well, I'm not surprised by it, and well, none of these codes. I've been thinking about this, because I'm kind of planning on like making video games on Motor, and I kind of always thought like, what if there's like this cult that started to rule the United States, and what the fuck is gonna happen?
Like a small tribe of people from a certain part of the world.
I just kind of feel like of the United States splitting up between East and West. And I thought, what if the West got so fucked up that they literally had to install a cult in order to keep everyone in check?
I mean, I guess you would see that. I mean, you don't even need a cult because it's already on the surface. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're talking about like a North Korea situation.
Yeah.
Instead of East and West, you got North and South.
And also the way exactly the way I see it is that it wouldn't even be the East and the West. It would be the North and the South, because I mean the East and the West. What you see is the powers are really focused in on the coastal main cities. So really it is on the East and West. What you're looking more is for the North versus the South, or the coast versus the center. I don't even know.
Or the cities versus everywhere else.
All right, yeah, like main urban hubs versus other places, yeah.
Yeah, that's it's a popular one.
What else do you think about the NXIVM thing?
NXIVM? Well, I don't think this code is going to last. It's not strong enough. It's kind of like Mithraism or European paganism. It did not last at all. It's no one's going to convert to it.
That's for damn sure. Now that's in the news, ain't nobody gonna convert. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it got exposed. Now it's got child trafficking involved. I mean, they've really fucked themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys know Ryan Falk he knows that alt hype, the alternate iPad.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, I know alt hype. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's been comparing these liberals to Scientology and said how they're cult-like they are, but now they're in cults.
It's really true. No, that thing about NXIVM. I mean, we were already making that connection there with NXIVM and Scientology, where they actually share a lot of the same symbology. They share a lot of the same. They share a lot of the same just aspects. It's
yes,
basically the same exact thing. It's like a cult, except Scientology is a much more powerful cult. They're much more established than anything.
Except
else.
they're not going to have anyone to leech off of, Christianity. I mean, they had Europe, and then Europe. I mean, it kind of left Europe some. Then, now they have Africa, Mexico.
That's right.
Yeah, and the American blacks, but and Islam has, of course, the Arabs to enforce this.
Don't forget
religion.
the Asians. Don't forget the Asians. The biggest Muslim country is Indonesia, highest population.
That's true.
Oh yeah, yes.
And also don't forget Pakistan, which is right next to it. It's basically ethnically they're like Indians, but they're also a giant Muslim country.
Yes, but basically, non-white. Basically, these are the people who keep these religions alive. But no one's gonna keep Scientology alive. Well, except for blacks, Hispanics, and liberal whites.
Well, I mean, liberal whites seem like they're the ones that fuel these odd cults. I think that's an interesting thing is that you look at a lot of these cults and it's like what you see is a lot of people who have already discredited the one religion that brought them to where they are, Christianity.
Yes.
And they've moved and they've decided that that's not acceptable, and they've instead tried to find God in something else, which usually is some kind of cult like NXIVM or like Scientology.
Yeah, a lot of cults actually say that they're kind of like a different sect of Christianity. A lot of cults aren't, actually violent. Kind of like the cult involved in the Waco siege. They were not violent. They were pretty fanatic, but they were not violent at all.
No.
Yeah, but a lot of cults, they sacrifice people. They rape the women in the cult. They're sometimes
they
even
do
practice.
harems. They have harems of women. Right?
Yeah, they're usually rape little girls. So that's pretty fucked up. And usually have like some very powerful people behind it.
I mean, there's so many cults to talk about. I mean, so little time. I think it's a great topic we could come back to anytime. But you're right about Christianity. How a lot of the modern cults like try to guise it in Christianity, like Scientology.
Yeah.
Mormonism.
Wait.
I would argue that Mormonism's a cult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about that. I mean, it's really hard to believe. It's hard to buy Mormonism, but first of all, it is a sect of Christianity, which definitely gives it a little bit more legitimacy.
Well, okay,
and it also has value. Like the thing I've noticed, like cults usually have really different values from what are the values traditionally of Christianity and even Islam. And like a lot of the Abrahamic, like the Abrahamic religions in general, you see like monogamy, you see just generally like family values, people respecting the difference between men and women, and like respecting hierarchies. Men and women.
Nothing wrong with a little ribbon.
Many people in the
but to me there's a big difference between Mormonism and other cults. Where
all I was going to say was that Christianity used to be a cult, right? The only difference between a cult and a religion is the amount of people.
That's true.
The amount of followers.
No, I mean
really.
for all purposes we could say Islam is a cult just because it's 1400 years old, because it started in 600 AD, and that's the only reason. And it's like, well, it has billions of followers, but we could just call it a cult. We can call anything a cult, but yeah, a cult just means it's a small.
Not Judaism.
Religion. Yeah, I mean, Judaism would be the oldest. Judaism would be the oldest cult, right?
Yes.
It would be the oldest, not the oldest cult, but one of the older cults. The that presupposed the modern cults, which are Christianity. But if that's how you want to think of it, that's how you would put it. I don't think so though.
Algot, I have a question. Are you Protestant, Orthodox, or Catholic?
To me?
I'm Catholic.
Oh, him. Yeah.
Oh.
Catholic.
What do you think of Pope Francis?
Not good.
Oh.
I don't think he's a legitimate pope.
Well, at least you acknowledge that. At least you're not like Nick, who's a fanatic of Christianity.
Yeah, one day I'll talk to Nick
it's
about
funny
that.
Because
I've got a whole spiel.
Yeah, it's a really difficult thing when you think about. I mean, like, I feel for Nick because Nick really like I feel like one of these days Nick is gonna go Sedevacantist. He's gonna go the Mel Gibson route.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah, I think one of these.
Yeah,
days
maybe he should stay off the liquor. Don't.
Nick usually literally
live stream.
True.
He word heretic, so I think he's a little obsessed with God there. You know.
I think he uses it in like a meme kind of way.
What?
You're a heretic.
No, heretic.
Oh, heretic. Yeah, no, I love that he uses that term.
I think it's more so as like a meme, but
Yeah.
there's like a little truth behind every meme, right?
Right. I mean, it's just like how he calls people Satanists, and he calls, and it's like, yeah, we have a world that's run by demons and Satanists, devils, and it's like, it's kind of a meme, even if you're not a Christian. You see it as a meme and you still understand it. You're like, these people are like fundamentally at their core, they are evil. It's like these people don't want the best for humanity. They don't want the best for society. But it is true. It's like also true when you put it in it. It's like, I don't know. Memetics is one of those things. It's so interesting to me. I was watching that Frame Games episode with JF. And they were talking about how
Frame Games a base cake.
They were talking about well, I wouldn't use that word, but he is base. Like I honestly, yeah, the way he put it, like you take the word cuck, where like just by a few months of memeing, you basically manage to create a word which has enough description to it that you couldn't even describe it in 100 other words. And all you'd have to do is call someone a cuck, and everybody understands what that means. And that word itself, through memetics, is so powerful that you actually need to shut it down. Like you need to tell people not to use the word. Same word. They were talking about the same thing with fake news. The term fake news, how like they even started it themselves, and then when Trump turned it around and actually transformed the term, and then the people that supported Trump took that term and they turned it around enough that it actually gained enough momentum that even the mainstream media was like, it's time for us to stop using the term fake news. It's time for us to stop using it. They published articles about it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Did you follow Anthony Bourdain much, Wizard?
No.
Was that before? You said you only heard of him when he killed himself, right?
Yeah, when he just kills himself and then everyone knows about. No,
you're a bit young. It's understandable. It shows
like the day before he killed himself, I friend that I was going to kill myself at school. So I guess that's a little irony right there.
Wait, who did what?
I friend that I was gonna kill myself at school.
Your friend or you?
I did.
Oh, you're gonna kill yourself at school? Don't tell me you're gonna go Elliot Rodgers on me now.
No. I'm not gonna kill anyone else. No, I'm not even actually gonna kill myself. I would just kind of frighten them.
Good lad.
Yeah.
You need to save Europa.
Wait, you said you were gonna kill yourself at school?
Abled men.
Yeah, I said I was gonna kill myself.
Why?
Because
for lulz? Like what the fuck?
No. It's because, well, the type of school I'm in is an alternative school, so I said, if I'm not gonna get out of here, I'm gonna kill myself, and then the blood's gonna be on your hands, teacher.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's not an
So
appropriate
it's like,
thing to say.
So it's, yeah, but
what would their
like,
teacher say?
It's not a great way to conduct yourself.
They're like, oh my god, we're gonna make you stay here longer. It's like, well, then I'm gonna kill myself quicker.
Jesus.
Yes, it's a good threat because then I put the blood on their hands and they cannot win.
The thing is, you don't. You're just guilting them, and in the end of the day, like, there's a bunch of normal people who didn't say that, and I don't know. You look more like an asshole, in my opinion. I think that's what happens. Like, like the one kid who's like, if you punish me like this, or if you make me stay in school for longer, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, what? I could say that about anything. I could go up to like a big music producer and say, if you don't produce my next album, I'm gonna kill myself. And then the blood's gonna be on your hands, dude. Like, think about how you could apply that situation to just anything, right?
Yeah, well,
if you don't make me the sandwich, Mom, I'm gonna kill myself.
And then everyone's gonna blame you,
that's
right?
extreme.
And then people, go, well,
to,
you think it's extreme, but it's like we could easily apply that to your situation. Like we could easily like say your situation's
well, yeah,
extreme.
we've
this
all
kid
been in
doesn't want to
school.
get out of this kid doesn't. Oh, this kid wants to get out of school so badly he's gonna kill himself. Yeah, right. Like he's just trying to get people to feel sorry for
I'm not
themselves,
saying that I want to get out of school in general. No, I want to get out of the school that I'm in because the school is so shitty that I'm in right now. It's the alternative school. And
tell
I want to go back.
Tell us more about that school you're in.
Well,
you're in high school, right? You're in 9th grade.
Yes, 9th grade, about to graduate. So, like there's not really a lot of whites in there. I can tell you that.
Is that a big problem for you? It's just the non-whites.
Yeah, but it's not even that they're non-white. Yeah, I mean, it's not this cartoonish version of me that's saying, "Oh my God, the skin color." No. It's that these kids always start fights. They like to start fights with me. One time I scored this fucking like one time I said the word nigger towards a black girl who kicked my binder after I dropped it. And then I got in trouble. But no, I'm serious. I dropped my fucking binder, and then she just kicks it.
You called her an N-word?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Because she kicked my binder. Yeah.
You gotta be careful, man. You really gotta buy into that optics argument, because you can't just be calling people racial slurs. It's not gonna get you anywhere. But I mean, to be honest, like I understand where that frustration comes. I mean, I would be angry if anybody kicked my binder when I dropped it. But if it was a black girl, I mean, like that would be like I can imagine how that comes to your binder.
Yeah, I mean, Wizard was pissed off, and he said the meanest thing he could think of.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like, when you're that age, it's pretty cutthroat. You know, and everybody's being a dick to everybody because they're trying to impress the other kids.
No, I can get that. I can definitely.
I get you, bro.
How you just want to come up with the most hateful thing you can say to someone to just cut them up.
Yeah,
I totally get that.
Yeah. So you see, kind of like how I want to get out here, and how kind of literally being dead would be better than being in this school, because this school sucks that bad. So if I literally just, like, I don't know, like, it would just be a win if I were to just kind of, kill them. Well, I'm not going to, I'm using that as a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, no, I still don't approve of that. I would say my sage advice, and I say that in a kind of semi-sarcastic way, but, like, just tuck your head down and finish it, and just get out of high school. Try to get good grades, and
yeah. But no. I need to go back to my regular high school, because I'm not going to get in college.
Your earlier high school.
Yeah, the high school I was supposed to go to until I got in trouble because I mean, like, I said the N-word like one time last year. And they were kind of like, "Oh my God, he's secretly a racist." It's like, well, you made me into a racist by sending me here. So fucking yeah, haha.
So, but dude, you saw how that turned out the first time. You can't keep on doing it, you know. Like I know, like in the moment it feels so good, but it's like you can't, man. You know, haters got a point. You really, because it will end. That's the great thing about school, is that it ends really quickly. It's like, it seems like forever when you're there, but trust me, I mean, when you're out, it's like, man, I was barely in that. So just like do your work and then come home, you know, come cream on the stream with us, and before you know it, it'll be over, dude. You know, I know it sucks to go, but
like, it's like, think about this when you
don't tell the teacher. No, hold on. I need to say, you need to hide your power level from the teachers too.
True.
Like letting the shit slip around the other students, and especially just telling them that's gonna make you, like they said, you're gonna be there longer. And like the best way to get out of it is to just keep quiet. If there's, hopefully you can make friends with somebody. If not, just keep quiet.
Dude, I have 2 friends at this school. I used to have like 10 friends at my old school, and now I only have
It's rough, man.
I only have 1 friend from my old school.
This is the thing, though.
Now,
Like,
because I smashed my phone.
Like, think about it this way: if you keep thinking the way you are, if you keep going, I can't get along with these people because of the color barrier, and I totally understand.
No,
not the color barrier, but the
color.
culture associated with that color, just the types of people that are at my school, right? And if you think about it that way, look at it this way, dude. When you get out of high school, it's gonna keep going on. Like you're not gonna have any respite from that. And it's like, do you want to do you want to just keep thinking like this now? Because you know that your high school is just a microscope. This is just a microcosm of what your future is going to be like. Where do you live? You said you lived in Rhode Island. In Rhode Island, it's like
I live in Long Island.
Long Island, sorry. It's going to be the same thing when you get out. When you get a job, you're going to deal with the same kind of shit. What you're dealing with, like high school, like as much shit as I give high school and the kind of shit that they're teaching people in high school. I mean, it really is indoctrination, like what they're doing to you there. But it's also practical because at the end of the day, you're dealing with having to live with different kinds of people and having to be able to like be a good communicator and learning to live with all these different types of people and function in a society that you may not like it, but it's a multicultural society now. And you know, if you wanted to change it, and make it a better society, you have to do it from within. You have to start by being a functional member within that society, and then make your moves.
Save Europa.
So tuck your head in and work. And then get a job and tuck your head in there and try to work and try to move your way up, try to become a big shot, and that's when you make moves that are significant.
Yeah.
So that's my advice there. You know,
yeah, it's good advice.
It's tough. I mean, I do this like dude, I live in the West Coast, man. I live in a very elite liberal hub. And it's not great. Like the messages that I see being put out all the time, every day, and it's paused. It's pure just HIV positive. It's gay pride. We need to take in as many immigrants as possible. It's not cool. You know, I'm not happy about it. But what we do is we find our way to function within it.
Yeah.
And then when we function within it well enough, we find a way to refine our message. It's the optics argument. It's like what Nick is doing. It's very, very smart. You function within it, and you're very calculated about how you work against it. You have to be smart. You can't be autistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Well, anyways, we're gonna keep going with the stream, but we're gonna.
Dude, I know, dude. You gotta sleep is essential, bro. Like you can't keep staying up this late, bro.
It's true.
How come you guys are doing it?
Oh, we're responsible.
Because we don't have school.
We actually handle our shit, and we actually calculate our not getting sleep. Like everything, even though I don't get a lot of sleep, and sometimes I like function on very little sleep, I always make sure that it works along with my schedule, and I get all the stuff I need to get done.
And then I'll take like a nap during the day if I need to. Like I will get the sleep back, but if you're at school, you can't do it. You know.
I'm about to sleep. I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah, man. Well, keep hanging out in the chat, dude. I appreciate you coming in, and I appreciate your hot take, dude.
I'm about to get kicked out.
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
We're gonna move to Monticello because the overlay doesn't show. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oops. All right. Back to Monticello. Bye, Wizard.
Back to Monticello.
Good to see you. All right, so let's move forward with. I'm super into this Allison Mack shit. This is fun. Look at this, dude. I can't help but I know she's crazy. I know she's involved with child trafficking, but I do like. She looks good. I like her.
She's a
hot.
cutie, eh?
I do think she's an absolute cutie. Absolute.
All right. What was the timestamp you're at?
I'm at 2:22.
2:22. Pulling it up. All right. Give me the count.
3, 2, 1, play.
Really from a place of self-motivation, and self-direction, and that is really difficult. But I would say that working for Jeunesse is the most satisfying and purposeful thing I've
PK Fire!
Watching the women in
Ness.
Jeunesse completely transform and evolve in a way that is so pure.
Pure.
Is such a privilege.
Privilege to fuck
really
kids.
Literally seeing people's lives path completely turn 180 degrees where
I mean, this is the ringleader, right? Like, she was the right-hand woman of Keith Raniere, so she knew everything that was going on.
and in our community.
I guess the real question would be, why the rebranding? Why did they switch from
their
Janus
new experience
to
themselves. And that's
NXIVM?
an incredibly satisfying and gratifying thing to do. I think it's challenging because I think Jeunesse is an organization that looks to all participants to be 100% responsible.
Well, think about. I'm pausing. Think about that. That's really interesting. That's a really interesting observation. I mean, why would they switch their branding? I mean,
Let's
it
do
either
some
means
research here.
that their previous branding took some heat, and he had to take the heat off by switching up the brand. Right. That's the first. My first reaction is that. I'm looking up Janus. Janus agreement requires women to keep secrets. And this is from June 15th, 2017. Permits changes in terms without consent of students. What? Janus? Is this it really? Oh yeah. Okay. Founded on the conceptual teachings of Keith. Oh yeah, this is the same
organization. Janus is a gentle-sounding group. The yearly membership is called Friendship. We create, we hold, we nurture, we transform, their Facebook says. But these are done in secret, like all companies based on the teachings of Mr. Raniere. Dude, this is so... And this is before they knew what they were really up to. Frank Report. The culture of Keith Raniere.
So this is really interesting. NXIVM, an Albany-based organization run by Keith Raniere and Nancy Saltzman, which hosted executive success programs, quote unquote. The members are now saying we're a front for a closer-knit organization that involved branding, meal restriction, sex, and blackmail. Ooh. Scandalous.
Definitely.
Last month, Raniere was charged with sex trafficking in relation to NXIVM. Now it's Mac's turn, Allison Mac's turn, to stand trial. Mac, 35 years old, who joined NXIVM in 2006, has been charged with sex trafficking and forced labor. That's interesting. Specifically, she's been accused of recruiting women for Raniere's inner circle called DOS. Okay, now that's the other one.
Did you see this? Did you see this Rolling Stone this Rolling Stone?
Yeah, I saw it.
Is NXIVM a cult? What we know, and this is from. I think it was from.
Well, it's from a legitimate organization,
right?
Rolling Stone.
It was from 2017. I know Rolling Stone is Rolling Stone, but it's like funny. I want to see when this kind of thing started, when people started questioning this organization. Monday, March 26th, NXIVM leader Keith Raniere was arrested in Mexico. So that was in 2017 and brought back to Texas to face federal criminal sex trafficking charges. So this was happening like in 2017. When did the story like really break?
What does DOS stand for? What does Jeunesse stand for? Well, the trial's about to go on, so I guess we'll find a lot out afterwards, but... Oh, here we go. Janus is a support group for women and Society of Protectors, in an analogous group of men defending the honor of men? What? What is that? What the fuck does that even mean? Society of Protectors.
Link me what you're looking at.
No.
Link it to me. We gotta show it on the stream.
Here.
Alright.
Paste magazine, much more reputable than that.
I mean, Paste magazine.
Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone nonsense. That liberal, leftist nonsense. I've been a full-time journalist for nearly a year when my boss hired me over Google.
There's so many shell organizations. Like their website's down.
So wait, is there more than Janus?
So there's Jeunesse, DOS, NXIVM, Society of Protectors, SOP. Okay, so SOP, Society of Protectors, is the group designed by Keith Raniere to teach men how to be men. It's man stuff, all right? It's about chewing dip and grilling by your truck.
Chew tobacco, spit.
Spit.
Oh, good. I'm glad Keith Raniere is a masculine idol. Based Keith Raniere.
I'm gonna send him a DM. We're gonna have him on the podcast next episode.
Let's talk to Keith over the podcast. Sounds good. Just to know, Keith, we support your work and we are totally fans of you. You should come talk to us.
Dominus service. Oh my god,
Dominus?
dude.
That's satanic. AF.
Do you know what that means?
Dominus?
In Latin, Dominus servus, master slave.
Oh, okay. Wait, what is it? What is that? What is it? Dominus. What is that? The name of one of their organizations or something?
Well, this is an article speculating on. So there's the masculine, which is the SOP, Society of Protectors, and then there's the feminine group, the Inner Circle, which is where all the branding goes on and all the weird naked photos and sex shit, which is DOS. That would seem to be the fraternity organization. Oh no, wait. What's the opposite of a frat? Wait, isn't frat
Should
guys?
I open up Frank Report? What does DOS actually mean?
Yeah, that's what I sent you. Don't worry, there's nothing.
Okay. Very creepy cover picture. This guy is obviously dominates these two women, his slaves, and he's very ripped too. He's obviously been P90Xing or something. Society of Protectors. Raniere world name for the men's equivalent of Jane. Oh, okay. Society of Protectors. All right.
This seems to be a lot of speculation, though.
Master slave. This seems consistent with the described practices of the female slaves and female masters. Dominant over submissive. Kind of the same thing.
He's literally just like throwing names at the wall in this paragraph here, or article, whatever, and seeing like what sounds more legitimate. Right. It says here that he likes to quote Paradise Lost, which I know all about. I had to do like a huge report on that in college, but it doesn't say why. It does not say why Raniere likes Paradise Lost, which would be very interesting to know. Frank Report.
Oof. It's crazy.
Well, it's some spooky shit, but nothing legitimate on that website, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's good to get creeped out, you know. We're onto something. We are onto something. This is going somewhere. This means something. We're gonna bust open Pizzagate tonight.
Yeah. Look out, James Alefantis. We're coming for you.
And not like that last guy did. We're coming arms blade. We're coming with a tank.
Yeah, we're not coming with an AR-15, all right?
We're coming with an army of Normans.
We have a mini tactical nuke loaded up for you, buddy.
I've got Saxon mercenaries. They know how to wield a long blade.
We have the Westminster Royal Guard coming for you. NXIVM does not like being called a cult. They prefer multi-level marketing company.
Dude, isn't that great though? Like, it's very. Somebody really needs to make a book about this, because the way that cults have transitioned from theology to corporate what? Like, I don't even know. Like, it's this weird like corporate spirituality. Oh, we're not a religion. We're a multi-level marketing company. Like, how the fuck you get those two confused? Like, in what kind of fucked up world is that? Like, oops, I misspoke. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Just goes to show how far we're gone here. This is like the juiciest story this year, in my opinion. But there's not enough like information because
I mean, honestly, like it is really juicy, and I feel like I'm just finding out about it, and I think it's like why have we not heard more about this? Why is this not headline?
You know, the first time I heard about Allison Mack was in 90-second quickie on Sam's Instagram.
Oh, really?
And he's like, "What's up, guys? It's me, Allison Mack, coming at you with another 90-second quickie. Today we're talking about the Huel Challenger," or something like that. But he just said that name, Allison Mack, and I was like, "Why? Why would he say that? That's a dumb thing to say." But then I stumbled across this like a couple days later, and I was like, "Oh, Sam was like into this like way before me." Like,
right. Who are referred to within the program as Vanguard and Prefect. So weird.
Yeah, well, he's Vanguard, right?
Right.
That's analogous to like Messiah.
The group operates a series of intensive seminars designed to facilitate personal development via a process called rational inquiry. So it sounds like some really like standard. It sounds like some really like classic like self-help shit. Everything within the program takes on multiple names and often separate business ventures. All these are word salad names like executive success programs that would look like non-threatening and pleasant. That would look non-threatening and pleasant on a resume.
This is really interesting. During a 4-minute hearing in federal court on Tuesday, the 57-year-old Raniere, wearing khaki shorts and a blue T-shirt, shackled in chains. That's great imagery. Declined to comment during his initial appearance before U.S. Magistrate Jeffrey Cureton. Cureton told Raniere that he will be extradited to New York, and Raniere's attorney said they will not fight extradition. Raniere was then led out of the courtroom by U.S. Marshals. Anticipating his return to New York, prosecutors filed a letter Monday with U.S. Magistrate Judge Stephen Gold requesting a permanent order of detention. They call Raniere a significant flight risk and danger to the community who has access to vast resources. He's like Bane, basically. You don't want to get this guy on a plane.
True. Yeah, Keith.
Yeah.
That Keith Raniere is like actually a psychopath. It's funny. I'm looking at this comment below the Allison Mack Q&A. Allison, you could have saved yourself a lot of problems if you just learned the traits of a psychopath. There are tons of them out there, and Keith is one of them. You can't fix them. There is no cure. You just need to walk away from them. All they do is drag others down. Take 5 minutes and search YouTube for the traits of a psychopath. It's true, and it's funny. The smartest people are psychopaths. Like or not the smartest people are psychopaths, or it's that psychopaths can be smart people, is how you really put it. It's like psychopaths can be really, really intellectually adept people. But it doesn't mean that they aren't like completely insensitive to anyone else's feelings except their own. That they want to use people however they can to get whatever, to find their bliss, as Sam Hyde puts it in his skit. Find your bliss. I get bliss from the suffering of others. That's Keith Raniere. Yeah. Very interesting. I mean, it's true. It's like, you never know. Like you think these people who are intellectual genius. Oh, he's so fucking smart. He learned how to speak in full sentences when he was 1. By the way, I'm
reading about their the way they measure comprehension levels inside NXIVM's like ability measuring thing. That's basically your Thetan level. And so he's got the highest level, and that's supposed to correlate to IQ, which would make him the smartest.
Right.
He's designed this test so he's the smartest, apparently.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't like just make it up and know the answers. God, how fucking dumb are these? Oh my god.
Yeah, you gotta have a bunch of dummies with one smart guy at the top, and then people who are slightly less dumb, who are his right hand and left hand people. Who are his high level bootlickers.
Oh man. Well, we're gonna see where this goes, but
that's so interesting. But to be honest, I think we're out of material here on the show, and I think it was a great. Do you think we're good to end it here?
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think anything else would just be a waste. So we will definitely come back to this topic though when more information comes out.
All right, great. I'm gonna go into. Hold on 1 second while I go into studio mode here, and we're gonna do a little outro. And I'm gonna load up the old outro music. But yeah, man, That was a good episode. I thought it was very topical. It was very, very enjoyable. And
for the first episode with the VOD, I think we're getting somewhere.
I do.
We are getting somewhere.
And anybody who's watching, I know we had an extra viewer out there. GrandWizard, thank you for watching. Thanks for calling in. Whoever else out there was watching, appreciate it, buddy. And we're gonna sign off here. So good episode, dude.
All right. Catch y'all later.
All right. Peace out, guys.